mixtape. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spin It, the record ranking podcast for people who would rather be listening to music. I'm James.
And I'm Connor.
And this is another live episode. Welcome to a singles episode. We haven't done a singles episode since, Spinter Wonderland. It's been a bit.
Has it really been that long?
Yes. Yeah, because we usually do them about every, 15 to 20 episodes. And Spinter Wonderland was in the 70s. This episode is going to kick off the 90s for us, which is super exciting.
Findies.
The Findies, as we've been calling them, which you'll love. Oh my goodness. And this is another episode that we're live recording. So, I mean, you're obviously going to be listening to this episode wherever you listen to the episode. But we've got friends listening in right now. Say hi, chat. Chat said hi.
I didn't hear anything. I don't think we have anybody here.
No. They're here. They're here.
I can't hear them!
Yes. Hi. Out of the episode, we should say hello to everyone. Hi.
Yes, hello, everyone.
Hi. Felix. Hi, Alescabel. Hello. Mixtaper, thank you so much for the follow. So excited to have you a part of this.
Such a dastard.
Team. You know what I forgot about? I totally have tea and it's been brewing for like 20 minutes because I forgot to go get it. Just let me grab it. Ha! You knew this would happen.
That's dangerous.
It is. It is dangerous. It might be awful. I'll be right back.
All right, chat. It's just you and I. It's just you and I, chat. And while he's away, I should inform you, chat, I came prepared with some bits of my own. I have, if anybody who's been a fan of the podcast for a while knows that I have a history with milk on this podcast. And I was at the store the other day, and I found some new interesting milk flavors to drink along the way.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back.
Did you say that for the episode or just for the stream?
For both. Why not? Why am I so loud? Because James doesn't adjust my volume. He has all the audio control.
I'm not sure what's loud for you and what's not loud for you. So there, that should be better. But yes, let us know.
But anyway, yes, as I was saying, I went to the store the other weekend, found 3 new exciting flavors of milk to try. And thus we'll be trying them throughout this episode.
Yeah, I'm a little scared for that. Would you like
to know the flavors? Did you want me to announce them as I decide to drink them?
I feel like you should. Oh, I don't know. Good question. I think it's better. Let's keep everyone in suspense. And then when you decide it's time to drink milk, then you could do it. What episode did you
I'm going to give you some power that's not really any power at all. Mainly because I reserve the right to veto that power. And that is you can say milk break in chat and I will take a drink of milk.
Okay.
Maybe if I'm feeling it, I might just ignore you.
Right. I'm going to see if I can figure out what the last episode you drank all that milk on was.
Well, yeah, I forget what episode that was. But then you and I, when I came and visited you for the Elton John concert, did some milk trials of our own.
It's true. So it was before 70.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could remember. That's frustrating me. I don't think it was in your units, actually. Ridiculous. Well, that's sometimes the way it goes. Are you going to start with...
I'm a gross milk drinker, Mad Phoenix, because there's some gross flavors sitting over here. At least what I am anticipating being gross. Maybe they'll be great.
Maybe. Who knows? Yeah. Well, so it's the beginning of the episodes numbered 90 through 99, like we said. And because of that, we decided to pick some singles from the decade of the 90s to talk about. We've not yet done a decades-themed singles episode, so I'm very excited about it. Please don't throw up on stream. Like, lean out of frame if we're getting there. That'll do. Now, you can lean back in now. I don't know about everyone in chat, but you and I, we're both 90s babies. I don't think we can rightfully claim 90s kids because we weren't quite in that age range, but we are definitely 90s babies.
Yeah.
So. Oh, and the other thing I guess we should mention right off the top before we get into it is I'm not sure if this is just selection bias because we're 90s babies and mostly we're around for the late 90s, or whether this is because the late 90s had so many good songs. But our list was surprisingly heavy on late 90s songs, and I feel like we missed a couple of early 90s. Like I know there's stuff from that time, but a lot of the things we landed on for the episode are late 90s.
I'm going to choose to believe it's because the later 90s were better than the early 90s, and right. Not that we could have possibly had any bias in our picking.
No, none whatsoever. So, should we...
what songs did we pick?
Well,
go through the list?
I feel like we should reveal one at a time as we go.
Oh.
Well, kind of reveal one at a time, okay. But also if you want to follow along, we do have a playlist. It's on Spotify and on YouTube.
Spoiler alert, if you click that link, you'll know what the songs are.
You will. That's what I'm saying is, yeah, we'll talk about them on the episode and reveal them as we go. But then...
Got a first-time chatter.
Then, in, the stream, they can follow along on the playlist. Hello, Impulse. Welcome in. We're hydrating. I'm hydrating with over-steeped tea. Oh, look. Our little hydrate message just popped up, too.
Yeah, look at that. I'll hydrate. I'll hydrate with some Belgian chocolate milk.
Belgian chocolate milk. Well, okay, but frame it in a way that the episode understands.
I
We've got our first milk break.
We got our first milk break. First milk break. I'm gonna drink some Belgian chocolate milk. Hopefully, it just tastes like chocolate milk.
You started with an easy one.
I did. I thought I'd start off easy, kind of ramp up.
We're gonna get a final ramp in milks too.
Maybe.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's chocolate.
Yeah, it's chocolate milk.
Yeah, Belgian chocolate.
Right.
Good first milk break.
Right. So yeah, I guess we should make our way back to the 90s. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Whoa!
In true
time machine.
In true 90s fashion, we're going way back.
If we're going back to the 90s, I gotta put my baby voice changer filter on.
You don't have to do that. You and I were not going back. We're just transporting back to the 90s. Yeah. Ready? Here we go! We made it! We made it to the 90s!
Never
Look at
made
us.
it so I can hear. I didn't know that.
What? Oh yeah, I forgot I changed it.
You forgot to change it so that
I
I
changed the
could
audio
hear
settings
it.
so that Connor couldn't hear that, so we could talk before stream. And then I didn't change it back, so he didn't hear the dial-up sounds, and he didn't hear the Seinfeld intro.
I missed it.
Yeah.
I missed it. You gotta do it again for me.
No, which one do you want? The
and also just so we can get more mileage
out of the sound effects. Okay, sure. Well, here's the dial-up sounds. Prepare yourself. Brace yourself.
Oh, I love it.
Hold on, that's just the dial. Here's the up. Remember this?
Oh,
remember
getting up.
Remember when you had to connect to the internet and sit here and listen to this all the time? Awful.
I'm up. I'm so up right now.
I bet.
Consider me dialed in for this episode.
Yeah, great. And then
I see a request for the baby voice changer. I'm just saying.
Don't do it, because then it'll get recorded. No.
It will definitely get recorded.
We don't want that. We don't want that. So yes, we
kind of want it.
We've got a special funky 90s themed layout too today. Just because, you know what? We're with it. We're immersed in the 90s. It is pretty funny. It is pretty funny, but yes. But drives me up a wall.
What does?
The baby voice.
Oh, you asked for baby voice? Okay,
no,
if you insist.
It'll be fine. It'll be a funny bit in the episode, but that's
It's the 90s, baby.
No, we don't have to be babies. We don't have to go back to the 90s.
I'm the 90s, baby.
Yeah. Okay, grow up.
I'm a 90s baby drinking some chocolate milk. Babies love milk.
That's not even, like, how a baby sounds.
Goo goo gaga?
I hate it. I hate it. Ah, jeez.
Baby out.
Okay.
Sorry about that, everybody. I just had to get my inner baby out for a moment.
Yeah. So we're talking about a dangerous baker's dozen tracks today. We've got 13 on the docket. But one of them is really only an honorary track.
I need to go get some bread for this episode,
no,
too?
No.
Some Hawaiian rolls.
We're good.
Get some Hawaiian rolls.
We're good.
Soak up all that milk that's going to be mixing around in my stomach.
Inner Baby, the sequel to Inner Goldblum. Oh, no. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, gosh.
So
life finds a way.
Yeah, it's great. So the first song, we're kind of just going to go in alphabetical order. Just, to keep things organized a little bit, And it just so happens that our extra song that we added, because spin cycle reasons we had to, is the first song alphabetically. That song is Around the World by Daft Punk, our first 90s single for this episode. And do you know why this is in the spin cycle?
Oh, is that to me?
Yeah.
I thought that was rhetorical.
No, it's not. If I was rhetorical, I wouldn't have
Well,
asked
because
it.
obviously I know the answer, so that's why I thought you were just being rhetorical, and then you were gonna lead up with the answer.
Okay, no, but you could tell everyone the answer.
Because,
it's your fault.
Yeah. It's because way back on. Is it episode 0? Is it all the way back to episode 0?
All the way back to episode 0.
All the way back to episode 0. Kings of Leon had a song called "Around the World," and I talked about how it was my second favorite around the world. I believe
you did, and actually, here, take a listen to this.
Oh.
There's another song where they did something similar and I loved it. But I think I just heard the chorus words too many times. They lost all meaning.
Interesting.
Around the World, another one where it was just so freaking repetitive. 3/4 of the song is the lyrics all around the world.
Around the world, all
they
around
just
the world.
say that over and over the entire song. I was like, come on, I love the beat. Fun fact about Around the World, Daft Punk and Red Hot Chili Peppers both have songs by that title that I enjoy.
Is that one that you've spun? Do I have to guess again?
Yeah. No, but when I saw that title, I was like, oh, I know 2 other songs like that. This one actually is probably my second favorite. I think Red Hot Chili Peppers still hold the #1 spot, but it beat out Daft Punk's.
Wow. So that's from episode 0. That's what you said about the first
episode 0
around the world. Hi Megan. Hello, welcome in.
Hi Megan.
Then
we did a whole Red Hot Chili Peppers episode where we talked about their version, and so now this completes the Trinity.
That's right. Here's what you said about Red Hot Chili Peppers around the world.
Well, hang on. Before that, the other thing, since we're going back to the 90s, there's this kind of like back in time sort of vibe. Listening to that first recording and hearing my obsessive mouse clicking really brought me back. So I thought I'd get a couple of those for
no. Our podcast has grown a lot in the last 90 episodes. If you couldn't tell, we've made great strides in everything since episode 0.
I don't know about great strides and everything, but maybe some
baby strides.
Stop. You really did a good job of setting that up. I guess I have to give you some credit. But yeah. So that was your take on Kings of Leon Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yep.
I pulled 2 separate clips about Red Hot Chili Peppers around the world. I think I just said Kings of Leon Red Hot Chili Peppers, and that wasn't right. Let me re-say it because we're actually recording for a podcast. So that was your take on Kings of Leon's around the world. And I actually pulled a couple clips of you talking about Red Hot Chili Peppers around the world, too. Today.
It's an album we've talked about before.
Yeah, we've alluded to it a couple times.
Do you remember when?
I remember when. Well, indirectly, we talked about it way back on the test episode when we did Kings of Leon's around the world.
Yeah, because I said that it was my second favorite all around the world.
Yeah, which you said your first favorite was this one, the Red Hot Chili Peppers around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our second around the world. And then when we actually got into this song, I don't know if you said anything good here. What's your question, first of all?
Well, having now already talked about the previous around the world, do you like this one better?
Oh, you're not going to like my answer. I don't know if you remember. You really hated my thought. Kings of Leon's around the world. I do like that one better.
Really?
Yeah.
I disagree. I would have given this one the Spin Award for best song named around the world.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you would.
I don't know. I really like the pseudo-rap sections for the verses.
So anyway, we go on. That's episode, 41, if you're curious to know more about 47, not 41.
Think about how many times we doubled since then.
That's episode 47, if you're curious to know more about Red Hot Chili Peppers around the world. But today we're talking about Daft Punk's around the world. Chat, mini trivia game. Do you know when Daft Punk's Around the World came out? What year? Or we'll also give you a trivia point for where Daft Punk is from. It's pretty long ago. It's pretty long ago. We've actually doubled 0 times since episode 47.
Well, 2001, that's a great guess. I'll remind you, we're doing a 90s episode.
It's close, you're close. Daft Punk is from France. That's a trivia win. It is. You're right.
There you go, Megan.
You got it. But you're close. You're close too. It's a late 90s. Yes. Daft Punk is a French electronic music duo. And the song is from their debut record, Homework. It came out $29.99. Probably 1999. But
there we go.
No. But 1999 is not it. It's close though. The song came out in 1997. And it was #1 on the dance charts in 4 different countries.
Best year of the 90s, in my opinion.
The 97 was the best year of the 90s?
Yeah.
Wow, you weren't even around for the whole year.
Most of it.
Most of it. Okay, fair. Really? Yeah, it's so long ago, right? Isn't it so long ago? Almost, 26 years. Before your time. Before your time. That's okay. It's practically before our time, too. It's not like we'd remember listening to Around the World in 1997.
I remember.
You remember listening to Around the World in... Do you remember listening to Around the World in 1997?
Yeah, I'm just built different.
You're built... Okay. Built like Daft Punk.
No, actually, probably not, because I'm not a big Daft Punk fan.
You're not...
That's probably a hot take.
You're not? I'm shocked. Wow.
Never really gotten into their stuff.
I've gotten into some of their later stuff, like slightly. I've never put a Daft Punk album on the ranking spreadsheet. Never really given Daft Punk a proper listen. But I know some of their bigger, more recent singles, and of course I had heard this one, but I never listened to it as thoroughly as I did before this episode. And I gotta be honest, oh my gosh. It's good for about 45 seconds.
And then you're done with it.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you had complaints about Kings of Leon's Around the World being repetitive, oh, this just steamrolls them into oblivion.
Stand by my claim that it goes Red Hot Chili Peppers, Kings of Leon, Daft Punk.
Yeah, and I stand by my claim that it goes Kings of Leon, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Daft Punk. Honestly, in the order that we did them on the podcast. The Around the Worlds have been getting worse progressively as we go. They say Around the World a ton. I mean, 144 times on the album version. On the radio version, they cut that back down to 80 times. But it's just the way that the song is produced. There's so little variation. It's 5 instruments over and over and over and over and over again.
And over and over.
Right, that's the song. That's it.
I'm not the person to ask that question.
Maybe. I don't know if it did. I haven't heard it, but yeah. When Daft Punk made the song, they said it was like, quote, making a Chic record with a talk box and just playing the bass on the synthesizer. Couldn't be more accurate. Just go for it. They just went for it, and then it feels like copy-pasted. I don't think I've got any kind of scores for these, but, Around the World, maybe a little lacking in instruments and production. In hit power, I can't deny it was a pretty significant song, but,
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt you. It's time for another milk break, according to the chat.
According to the mixtaper,
Yeah.
According to the mixtaper, I guess it's time for a milk break.
Wanted me to have another drink of milk.
But we're like one song in.
Good time to take a break.
Wait, did you change milks, or is it you still drinking chocolate?
No. I'll announce when we switch milks.
Okay, when you milkshake it up.
Oh.
Yeah, love it. Oh, I even forgot to. Darn it! This is a last-minute edition, and
this is we're going around the milk.
Around the milk, around the milk, around the milk. It's gonna be in my head now the whole time. There, I made little cassette players. I made little cassettes for all the songs, so as we talk about them, we could put the little cassette up.
And you didn't make one for... did you make one for Daft Punk? You did make one.
I did, and I just forgot about it. So here it is. Now you can see it before we move on to the next song.
That's cool.
So,
I like that.
Right? Yeah, I know. I like it a lot, too. That's why I was so late from the
we should
time
release
that we set.
we should release a
Hypo.
cassette tape exclusive episode
of this episode. I thought that as I was driving in the car today. I was like, what if we put this episode on a cassette tape and put it on the store?
This episode?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking like an exclusive like recording that the only way you can listen to it is to buy the cassette tape.
No, I feel like this is a 90s episode. We should 90s cassette tape it.
I mean, that's fun.
Oh,
we already put it on the internet for everybody to have for free.
Whatever. What, okay, so it's the collectible that you want, not the episode.
I want the collectible and the episode. I want two.
We'll figure this out. We should talk to the merch department about it.
Yeah.
We'll deal with it later. But that's our honorary single for the episode, Around the World by Daft Punk, just to complete the trilogy of Around the Worlds that we laid out before the podcast even officially existed. Now, we gotta move on to another classic, Baby One More Time by Britney Spears. What a classic. This is a song I think everybody knows. Maybe one of the most popular or well-known songs on our 90s playlist, to be honest. I don't know a lot of Britney Spears. What? Did you say something? You got quiet.
Weird things are happening.
What is happening to you?
I can hear myself.
You should just mute stream. Do you have stream pulled up somewhere and not muted?
Stream is muted. Now I can't hear myself anymore. It just stopped.
Great. Britney made some bops.
For a few seconds there, I could hear myself. That was weird.
I do think so. Toxic is a bop. Toxic's a classic. I know Britney Spears songs. Like, I recognize them when they come on. I don't think I've ever sought out her music, to be honest. Have you?
Yeah, I don't know if I have either.
Yeah, well,
just one of those things that exists, and when it comes on, I'm like, oh, this is a good one.
Yeah,
and
but it's everywhere. It exists and it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baby One More Time came out in 1998 when Britney Spears was just 16 years old, which is just like a mind-blowing fact to me. I can't imagine being like one of the biggest acts in pop music at 16. You really can't go to any karaoke event without hearing Britney Spears. That's true. Yeah, she was 16. 16.
It's crazy.
It is. It is. And it's from her album of the same name, which also came out in 1998. Hi, Greg. Hello. I'm gonna hit the button. It's fine. Yeah. It was a huge hit also. I mean, one of the biggest songs in the world. It topped the charts in 22 different countries. And by today, not, the 90s, but all the way up in 2023, it sold over 10 million copies worldwide, which is ridiculous. What's up, Greg? How are you?
There's something like, how we've talked about the differences between like modern country and classic country, and how modern country takes on a more pop-ish vibe than some of the older country?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like there's a difference in like modern pop and older pop as well that I think is highlighted on this song.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, something about this song feels innately 90s, early 2000. Like, you would not confuse this for a song just coming out like this year.
It's true. Even if you'd never heard
vibe.
It's true.
Yeah.
Even if you'd never heard either before, like if you're just listening to both for the first time, this one feels older.
Right.
I thought you were going to say
and I just can't put my thumb on what it is.
Weird. Yeah, you're right. I think it's something about the way
what do you think I was going to say?
The instruments that are built in. I thought you were going to say something about country music and comparing it to Britney Spears, because she almost ended up as a Sheryl Crow-esque country artist. When she started making music, that's kind of the career she envisioned for herself, but the label decided to take things in a different direction. So, like, Baby One More Time is the song that made her decide to kind of pivot away from country music altogether.
Imagine this is a country hit.
Oh, I can't imagine this is a country hit. When she heard the song...
a little banjo in there.
Yikes. When her producer played her the song, she said, "I knew from the start it was one of those songs you want to hear again and again. It just felt really right." And to this day, it's still one of her personal favorites.
Hear it one more time.
Yeah, play it. Play Baby One More Time, one more time. Baby, play Baby One More Time, one more time. That's the next hit song for 2023.
Oh.
Yeah. Rolling Stone actually named this song the best debut single of all time. And it landed at number 205 on their 500 greatest songs of all time list. I think that placement might be a little high, but I can understand, and arguments can be made, that it's the best debut single of all time.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so? What debut single?
I can't think of any example, but I don't want to lock in that I agree with that.
I can't think of any examples, but I disagree.
I'll say I skeptically allow that statement to stand for now.
It's pretty subjective, but okay. I mean, well, maybe it's not subjective. It is most successful, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. The other thing that's big about it that we should talk about is the music video that went along with it. Billboard named it one of the best music videos of the 90s, and it's been voted the third most influential music video in pop music history by Jam, which is, I guess, a music magazine. Yeah, that's a pretty iconic music video. I mean, to this day, people still dress up as Britney Spears in that outfit for Halloween and stuff. Like, I see it more often than probably most other things that are from 1998. And have you ever wondered about Hit Me Baby One More Time? Like, the meaning and stuff? Because it's, at first listen...
No, I can't say I've ever really given it much thought.
No? Well, at first listen, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? Like...
Yeah.
No, but I don't want to be hit. Don't even hit me once, you know? But... actually, the song was written by Swedish writers and recorded in Sweden, and there was just a little bit of like misconception behind that title. It was supposed to be more of it's supposed to be more of a give me a sign, call me up, like hit me up one more time, right? Not hit me one more time. A lot of Americans in the 90s got it confused for some kind of glorification of violence and stuff. It really doesn't make sense to think about the song that way, but they did.
Impulse, you missed us talking about Baby One More Time, and some of you who got here later might have missed. I got some pretty fun flavored milk sitting over here. If you're interested in having me drink some milk, just put a milk break in the chat.
Yeah. So far, he's been drinking chocolate milk.
Yeah, Belgian chocolate, to be exact.
That's true. I know, he's doing the milk thing again. I tried to stop him.
You crush him.
I tried to stop him,
crushing
and then I learned it is futile to try and stop him. He's like a runaway freight train.
You can't stop me.
You can't stop the milk train. No.
Maybe, for our next milk break, I'll mix up the flavor, too, when somebody wants me to hit that milk.
You can't do milk breaks. See? Yeah, you're on my side, Impulse.
So I'll hydrate with milk, Impulse. That'll work. Let's pop it on over. I'm gonna I should have prepped these and things off of them.
You should have. Also, Greg, I saw you mention Livin' La Vida Loca. We will definitely be covering that one. Spoiler alert. It's on the playlist. And also, just as a side note, while Connor's messing with his milk things, it occurred to us recently, we do this favorite songs playlist every week, and it's not searchable on Spotify. I've searched for it directly by name.
I told you.
And
I tried to tell you this, and you thought I was crazy.
I did. I tried. And so here it is. If you want a link to the favorite songs playlist where Connor picks a favorite song and I pick a favorite song from every single episode, it's there on YouTube and Spotify.
Playlist.
It's an awesome playlist. It's a lot of fun. I wish we could put it on Apple Music, but I don't think either of us really have access to that.
Yeah. Baby, one more time. Another drink of milk one more time.
You're gonna hit the milk one more time?
Hit the milk one more time. This time with some strawberries and cream milk.
Okay, another one that sounds reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, I've got one that doesn't sound reasonable, and it's coming.
Yeah, that's the third of 3 milks, right? You got one left that we don't know about yet.
But still, like, Belgian chocolate is different than regular chocolate, and then strawberries and cream, it's like...
Different than strawberry.
Why does that
exist?
Just
getting normal milk flavors with adjectives attached to them.
Yeah. Oh, the last one is not normal. The last one is not normal, but I want to, I'm trying to save that.
Uh-huh. I'm a little worried.
The strawberries and cream, actually, I liked it better than the chocolate.
Cool.
It does sound pretty good, doesn't it?
It does. It does. All right, are you ready for our next song? I'm never ready for that.
Oh no.
I'll be honest.
Let me get my kin face on.
I don't mean to hate on all these 90s singles. But maybe it's
but you're gonna.
No, but like Around the World is repetitive. That's my main thing about that one. Very, samey and like monotonous all the way through. This next one I don't like when it comes on. I like Leave a Dance Floor.
Like it? You don't like it?
No, not much. I gotta be honest.
I know what my pick for the playlist is gonna be then.
Barbie Girl by Aqua. That's what's up next. Remember this one?
Listen, Life in Plastic, it's fantastic, alright?
That is what they say. That's as the old adage goes.
Hot fire, yes.
Listen, I don't embrace the cringe. It's a cringy song. It's fine. It's very sing-alongable. That's a big strength for it. But yes, Barbie Girl by Aqua is our next song of the 90s. Aqua is a Danish-Norwegian dance pop group, and it's from their debut album, which is majorly cleverly called Aquarium. Love that. And it's also a 1997 song. It was conceptualized...
I don't know why the way you said that right there just instantly took my brain to Age of Aquarius.
Yeah, that's another Aquarius. That was fun. That's from another episode. I bet this is a lot of people's go-to for karaoke and things.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably popular, but I don't know if it's like a go-to.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. But I feel like I hear it a lot in that setting.
Also, I just looked up the lyrics. I didn't have the lyrics pulled up in front of me, and when I pulled them up, Google was like, would you like to explore more? And its explore more results were the Greatest Showman soundtrack, Frozen 2 soundtrack, and the song If Only from Descendants, of all things.
Those don't feel like the same song.
I don't know why that's what it's wanting me to explore more of, but it is.
Yeah, well, you can explore on your own time. You're right. This is another song that feels straight out of the 90s. Like this is what the 90s were like. If you wrap all the aesthetics of the 90s into a sound, it's going to sound a lot like Barbie Girl, I think.
It is period correct because it came out in the 90s and we're doing a 90s episode.
Well, okay, yeah, but like right. The song actually was conceptualized after band member Soren Rosted saw a Barbie doll in a museum exhibit on kitsch culture. Which, yeah, is interesting. Barbie's in a museum, who knew? It's one of the best-selling singles of all time in Europe. And it topped the charts for 4 weeks in the UK. Actually, I think it may be the 13th bestseller of all time in the UK. And it made it as high as number 7 in the US. It is! Would you ever have guessed? This song pulled that kind of numbers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't have.
But I'm just built different.
Is that gonna be the theme of the '90s episode for you?
It might be.
You'd have to record from a cassette to the yeah, and then hope that nothing happened in the middle to like mess up your recording. I've been there, done that. To date, Barbie Girl has sold more than 8 million copies, and I mean, obviously, it's Aqua's biggest song. The music video has more than 1 billion with a B YouTube views.
You know what else has a B?
I don't.
Baby.
Oh my gosh. You worked so hard to set that up. I hate it.
I didn't work that hard at all.
That's so loud.
Sorry.
Right,
you said start with a B, and my brain immediately went to baby.
To baby.
I clicked the button. It was that easy.
You've become too dangerous. I mean, man, the stream episodes bring out a different side of you, I think.
They really do.
I mean, think about it. And the singles episodes, too. I think it's stream episodes and single episodes where you're at your most dangerous and destructive, and so this one's both. Ugh. And actually, you know, as popular as the song was, do you know who wasn't a fan?
Who?
Mattel, the toy company that makes Barbies. They sued MCA Records over the song.
I can believe that.
Yeah, they sued MCA Records. The band infringed on the trademark, they said. And they say that they twisted Barbie into a blonde bimbo. The band retorted and said, no, you're kind of adding your own meaning to the song. That's not what we actually said. You're just, you know, projecting that onto our words. And countersued Mattel for defamation. Ultimately, and
who won?
In an unsatisfying fashion, nobody won. The case got dismissed. And in 2002, a court of appeals decided the song was protected as a parody. Which, okay, you know, I'm glad nobody got sued, but I don't know if it counts as a parody.
Yeah, I don't know if it counts as a parody per se.
I don't know if Mattel or Barbie, the trademark, even makes any royalties off of this. Which is kind of wild. And also, if you're curious, I mean, have you seen the trailers for like the Barbie movie that's coming out and stuff? Everyone's been...
Sorry, what?
I said, have you seen stuff about the Barbie movie that's been coming out?
Sure, yeah, I know it's coming out. I haven't really paid attention to it.
Well, I mean,
not really. I'm not really the demographic I think that movie's marketing towards.
No, I know, but like one of the things people are saying about it is that it's not going to be using Barbie Girl. That's not on the soundtrack or in the movie. Like, no duh.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
They were so mad about this song. They're not using it.
Yeah. Can't imagine it fits too well either.
Probably not.
With the themes of the movie. I mean, I don't know if you really, in a movie about your famous, you know, kids toy Barbie doll, you want a song going "Kiss me here, touch me there, hanky panky."
No, you don't.
Like, I don't think that's what you want.
It's not, but it's a parody. It's just a parody. Don't worry about it.
I have a question.
What's that?
Do you believe?
I do. I was just about to ask you a similar question.
Specifically in Life After Love?
Yeah. Well, that's, as a matter of fact, a good thing to ask, because that's our next song. Believe by Cher. Oh, man. I didn't dislike this one. I know I was slammed on Around the World, and I know Barbie Girl is not my favorite, but I really like Believe. I think Believe is a great song to come out of the 90s. It is from 1998, from Cher's 22nd album called Believe. 22 albums. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
I know. This song started its life out as a demo with the iconic chorus that you just quoted to kind of lead us into this. But it made the rounds. People, you know, were trying to get it cut and nobody kind of wanted it. It was just a chorus. Everybody loved the chorus but didn't have anything else. And it landed in the hands of Warner executive Rob Dickens. He decided the chorus was the only good part of the song, and he brought in a pair of other writers to clean up the rest of the song before Cher took a crack at it. So this song used to look a lot different. One thing that the song is notable for was its use of auto-tune, because people had used pitch correction to this point. Like, pitch correcting was already a thing, but Cher, like, cranked it up to 11. Like, it's noticeable if you listen to this song that she's so... I want to know what the original verses are too. I'm so curious.
It's me,
Laurel Jazz. Thank you for that follow. Welcome
Hey,
in.
thanks for the follow.
Welcome. Yeah, but that auto-tune is noticeable. You can tell right off the bat that she's using it a lot. And to us today, I think, it's kind of that same, what did we call it? Shoot. Where, like the REM, it's kind of the same thing we talked about with REM. How we know all the stuff that's come after it, and so we're so used to it now. I think we fail to realize a lot of the times how groundbreaking it was.
How groundbreaking, yeah.
When it first came out.
It was a trendsetter, a path blazer, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All those terms.
Yeah, people actually started to call that kind of heavy auto-tune use the Cher effect when they heard it in other places. Like, she named it. Oh.
Now, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This is at least the second time we've done a song on this podcast called Believe.
Yes, it is.
The other one I'm thinking of coming from another one of our singles episodes. Our first singles episode? Maybe no, second?
Third? No, third. Spinter
second?
Wonderland.
Third.
No, wait.
Spinter Wonderland.
Second. It was
year
the second.
one.
It was the second. Spinter Wonderland
second,
year one.
Second single. Yeah, all that stuff. We did. You brought actually Believe from the Polar Express as one of your picks.
I think it's a great one.
So if you had to pick one of them, which one would you pick?
Oh, geez. They're so different. I like them both for different reasons. I think...
Yeah, but there can only be one. You can only believe in one of them.
If there can only be one, it's Cher. And I would also put it in Polar Express in place of the other Believe.
I want this song playing while the train is drifting on the ice. Just train drifting on the ice. Do you believe in life after love?
It'd be a lot less suspenseful, but way more fun for everybody involved. Love it.
Or just every iconic scene and song from that movie needs replaced with a song. You know, as they're all coming in with the hot chocolate, just bump, 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 bump. Just
Believe everywhere.
The musical beats. Yeah, just believe everywhere. I want Polar Express, the Cher cut.
The Cher cut. Hey, you know, no, we gotta call it Polar Express. No, we gotta call it the Polar Express, the caring cut, because sharing is caring.
Oh.
Yeah. See, chat agrees that the other Believe is better in the Polar Express.
I'm agreeing with you too. We're all on the same page. I just wanted to make sure you weren't going to take a hot take on me.
No. Pulling off the song with so little lyrics and the weirdest backing track is a freaking miracle. It really is. Believe was nominated for Record of the Year, and it won a Grammy for Best Dance Recording. So, 2 Grammy noms and 1 win. It also was a 23-country chart-topping song, sold over 11 million copies, and it was Cher's biggest single. It was actually her 5th U.S. #1, and when the song came out, unlike Britney Spears, who was 16 when she had her big 90s hit, Cher released this song at 52, and she became the oldest female artist to top the U.S. Billboard
While she was asking.
charts. What?
Nothing. That was a mean line of thought I was going down.
Right. It also was a new record for the longest gap between #1 singles for an artist. Her previous #1 was 33 years later with I Got You, Babe. Sonny and Cher. You know, the classic Cher. So, this song set some records. And
Sounds like
once
it
again,
did.
totally pivoted the way we talk about autotune and think about its use in pop music.
While you were saying all that, I did a sneaky milk break because I just really wanted to taste the strawberries and cream one again.
You can drink whenever you want. You don't have to like wait for us or announce it every time you take a drink of.
No. I need to keep track.
These are rules you set for yourself.
Do you believe in life after milk? Or, alternatively, do you believe in milk after love?
Yes, I guess. Nothing's stopping you from having milk after love. Sure. Up next is a song I don't think you knew.
No, I don't think I did.
I put it on the list of songs we should include in the 90s episode, and you went, what's this? And I played it for you, and you went, I've never heard this in my life. I was like, what? Because to me, Blue, Da-Ba-Dee, Da-Ba-Da, it is a song, I mean, I heard, like, in my elementary school days, like, youth. It's a popular 90s song, and it's actually kind of making the rounds again with a...
About to say, I've actually heard it since we had that conversation.
Yeah. See?
Thanks to TikTok.
It's the Lil Wayne effect. It happened again. How did it keep
It's
happening?
all because of, well, some TikToks were sent my way that used this song, the chorus, the Da-Ba-Dee part.
Yep. I'm blue. Da-Ba-Dee. Well, so that's the thing of it. There was a 2022 cover of the song by Softest Hard and T-Pain, and it's been making its way around TikTok and radio. The song's experienced a real resurgence lately, a 30-year renaissance, if you will. You sang this when you dyed your hair blue? That's funny. I like it. Blue is by an Italian band called Eiffel 65, and it came out in 1998 as a single, featured as a track on their 1999 debut record Europop. Blue was #1 in 18 countries, and it reached #6 in the United States, which is kind of weird to think about, isn't it? Like, this song that we remember so well from the 90s just, like, made it to #6 and never higher. And it is a fever dream of a song, very much so. Especially the music video. Blue's music video, I think, is part of the reason it was popular. But boy, has it not aged well. It looks like a relic today, like, to watch it. They animated it, and it's... Ooh. And that's not to discredit all the work that went into it, because to make the music video, it took a team of 5 people 3 months to model all these characters and animate it in an early 3D software. It is, it's a labor of love, but it's still a labor to watch. NME actually included it in their list of the 50 worst music videos ever. So, don't expect artistic greatness. You're right. It could never happen before this, and it could never happen after this era. Very much locked into that specific Y2K technology revolution zone. And when they wrote the song, the lyrics were actually meant to be nonsensical. They just decided to start singing some things, and unfortunately, they picked the color blue at random. It's not like a reference to something. It's not color symbolism. They just decided blue. Yeah, that's the word. We like blue. And that's just what they did. Okay, so you hadn't heard the song before, in context, I guess. What did you think of it?
I like the chorus, annoyingly catchy.
Yes, but in a good way.
But that's what you want. Yeah, in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Annoyingly catchy, but in a good way.
Right.
I liked it. I'll
Good.
spill the beans now. Didn't like it enough to make top 3 territory.
Oh, I forgot. I gotta make a
I did
playlist
like
pick
it.
from this list. I'll be thinking about that now. Interesting. Okay, I get that. I love it. It's a good one. I lean into the annoyingly catchy.
Fair enough.
The next song we're talking about is a song that I can never actually hear as it is. Okay,
this is another weird spin cycle for us.
It's a strange spin cycle. I never hear the song the way that it's intended. The next song we're talking about is Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio.
Yep.
So we definitely talked about the song. When we talked about Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life, episode 30, with a B-side, on spinitpod.com. Yes. We talked about his song Pastime Paradise, which is basically Gangsta's Paradise. It's this song. And we may have even brought it up again when on the Dr. Demento episode we talked about Weird Al and Amish Paradise. I think Amish Paradise is the first iteration of this song that I ever knew. And so it's the one that comes to my head the most.
Yeah. And again, the order went Pastime Paradise was like the original song.
Mm-hmm.
And then Coolio did Gangsta's Paradise.
Yep.
Based off of that. And then Weird Al came along and was like, oh yeah? Well, I'm going to do another version of this song.
Yes.
And it's just like, that's inspired me actually to, for Connor Tippett and Hoppin' album.
Yeah.
Make a version of this song.
Oh boy. That's great. That's going to be expensive.
It's called Milkman's Paradise.
Yeah. Great. Awesome. Pigeon Paradise. I don't know. There's so many options.
Pigeon Paradise. That's not a bad idea.
You just said that's not a good idea, and then you changed it. I don't.
Well, I started saying that's a good idea, and it's not a bad idea at the same time.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Pastime Paradise has been sampled a lot, and it is so good. Stevie Wonder is actually very particular about Pastime Paradise and all of his music. He's very, very sensitive to what his music is used in and for. He insisted that Coolio didn't use any vulgar language on the track. Coolio came with a first draft, showed it to Stevie Wonder, and Stevie was like, no, maybe clean it up, change some of that. And he did. Coolio obliged, because how can you not? You're working with some of the best music out there. And now you have Gangsta's Paradise. He actually got to perform the song live at the 1995 Billboard Music Awards with Stevie Wonder, which is really cool.
That scene at the end of Weird Al's parody documentary, where
the Weird movie.
Where he's accepting like his award and performing Amish Paradise, and like they got like Coolio there like shaking his head all angry. It lives rent free in my head,
as it should. That whole movie lives rent free in my head. That was one of our first
such a good movie.
It's a wild one for sure. Gangsta's Paradise came out in August of 1995, and within 2 months, it went platinum. Sold over 1 million copies in 60 days. That's a lot. It was actually Billboard's best-selling single of the year. Again, remarkable that it came out in August, almost the year's end, and it was their best-selling song of the year. In 2008, VH1 deemed it the 38th best song in hip-hop. And it also won a Best Rap Solo Performance Grammy. That's cool. And much like Barbie Girl, this music video also has over 1 billion YouTube views.
Impressive.
It is. It is. I like the song a lot. Coolio said when he wrote the song, his inspiration was really like spontaneous, He says, Gangsta's Paradise wanted to be born. It wanted to come to life, and it chose me as a vessel. So, it doesn't get any easier to write a song than that. When something just feels like it's flowing out of you, usually those are the songs I think that turn out the best.
Are we ready to get jiggy with it?
I think so. This song feels like a slap in the face. Are we still making Will Smith slap jokes? Is that still in the zeitgeist? I don't know.
I think it is, because isn't it right back in the zeitgeist right now? Because
the Oscars just happened.
Well, And Chris Rock just put out like a new comedy special where he talks about it.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe we're riding the wave again. I don't know. The next 90s single we're talking about is Get Jiggy With It. The pretty much signature hit of the non-roommate of 21 Pilots, Will Smith. It came out in 1998, and it's another one that's from a debut album. It's from Will Smith's debut, Big Willie Style. And we talked about how gangsters...
Did you just...
What? Did I what?
Is that out yet?
What?
Is that out yet? Is
Yes.
that what came out last week?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, did you spoil something?
No, I didn't just spoil a Factor Spin. It's in the world. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It has to be on this episode.
You're right. That
either
was
way.
on Friday.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, is that this Friday's episode?
I know. Man. Hey, if you haven't already, check out episode 88, 21 Pilots Vessel.
Hey.
Out now, wherever you listen to podcasts.
I'm not a dork.
Right? Right.
I look at them. I promise.
So anyway, Will Smith, not the roommate of 21 Pilots, from Big Willie Style. This song...
You have to be seen.
What's yet to be seen?
I mean, it's kind of, you know,
What?
it depends on your definition of roommates.
No, it doesn't. They were never roommates. I don't even think they've been in the same room together.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Don't get me started again. Factor Spin's been a little rough lately. You don't know yet. We've had some.
We're
moments.
in the past right now, both because we're doing a 90s theme episode and because we're recorded ahead past this episode. It's a wild time to come.
It is. So, like Pastime I said Pastime is Gangsta. So, like Gangsta's Paradise, Getting Jiggy With It also samples some songs. It samples He's the Greatest Dancer by Sister Sledge and Sang and Dance by the Bar-Kays, which I didn't realize. I am not familiar with either of those songs, though, so I don't know how I really could have realized it. Getting Jiggy With It was #1 on the Billboard chart for 3 whole weeks, and it earned a Best Rap Solo Performance Grammy, just like Pastime Paradise. Me just snort laugh. We love that. We try. They're roommates, you know. The song did kind of become a little controversial as it aged. Not everybody always has loved Getting Jiggy With It. So much so that Pitchfork called it one of the 7 worst US #1 singles of the 90s in 2010, which is a lot of numbers, I guess, back to back. The 7 worst #1 singles of the 90s in 2010. What do you think? What's your take? Is it one of the best or one of the worst?
One of the best or one of the worst? What?
Songs from the 90s. Has it aged well?
Oh, I'm not a big fan of it.
No? I'm not a huge fan
it's
of
not
it.
bad. It's just,
Okay. Okay, I can get behind that. It did draw a lot of criticism. It did draw a lot of criticism too for being pretty repetitive, just like Daft Punk and Around the World. It is definitely
90s were a repetitive time.
They were. You could say that again.
90s were a repetitive time.
But mostly people
90s
love
were
this.
a repetitive time.
Okay. You're like a broken record.
90s were a repetitive time.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't. I'm done. All right. Yeah, repetitive time. People really did love the song's lightheartedness, its attitude, all that stuff. Good night, Felix. Have a good night. We'll see you soon. Bye. Felix is in the art
Have
department.
whatever kind of night you want to have, Felix. Don't let these people force you to have a good one.
Well, okay. Yeah, sure. But I don't know why you wouldn't want it. But if you don't want to have a good night, then don't, I guess. The music video for Getting Jiggy With It was directed by Harold Hype Williams and filmed in Las Vegas, not on his ranch like 21 Pilots House of Gold. And it earned him a 1998 MTV Music Video Award for Best Rap Video. So how about that? The other thing that's important to note, too, is that the phrase "getting jiggy with it" did exist already, not Will Smith original. It's a term, I guess, that's used to denote something that's sexy or stylish, and, you know, Will Smith was, like, hoping to co-opt and kind of transform the meaning of the word, which I think he did, because I don't think of sexy and stylish when I think of jiggy now. I think of Will Smith. Like, getting jiggy with it. No. Here's another one, okay? Do you know who baffles me as an artist and just always has?
Yeah.
Meatloaf. I've never listened to any other Meatloaf songs aside from this one, but I feel like I remember him being on, like, the Celebrity Apprentice or something. He doesn't look like a rock star. He doesn't act like a rock star. His name is Meatloaf. He doesn't sound like a rock star. He's got a good voice. I don't understand. Who is Meatloaf? Who is Meatloaf?
Add it to the Spin It Mystery Department just to figure out who is Meatloaf.
Yeah, I mean, what's the deal? The next song we're talking about is "I'd Do Anything for Love, But I Won't Do That." I mean, what a song. Another marathon song. 5 minutes long, even longer. This is one of the best singles of the 90s. I mean, it's, I guess Around the World is even longer and even less substance. So I really can't complain. But that's comparative. I'm still, you know. "I'd Do Anything for Love" is still quite the track. Do you have any thoughts on Meatloaf? Do you have any other experiences with Meatloaf? Not the food, the guy.
I like to eat it.
No, see, that's what you don't like to eat the guy Meatloaf. You just like to eat the food Meatloaf.
Yeah. My mom makes a really good meatloaf. Shout out to my mom.
There you go. I'd do anything for
I
love.
I would do anything for my mom's meatloaf. All right.
Okay. Good to know. So with Meatloaf. This song was written.
But no, I don't really have any other experience. Again, I feel like when we were in like middle school and high school, this was a big like meme song.
Maybe. I still don't remember it much from then. Of course, I wasn't very connected. I wasn't online a lot then. I wasn't in the zeitgeist, in the culture. I don't know. I was unplugged. It's fine. I like it enough. The song was written by Jim Steinman and recorded by Meatloaf and Lorraine Crosby, who is credited as Mrs. Loud on the album notes. It came out in 1993, one of our songs that's actually not from the late 90s. This one's an early 90s song. And it's from his 6th record, Bat Out of Hell 2, Back Into Hell. Which, I mean, it seems to me...
Sounds like the bat's not out of hell, then.
Yeah, it seems like the bat didn't get out of hell. Oh, it did in the first one, but it's not now. I mean, the title is already kind of a mess. No, it did not have to be 12 minutes.
In hell.
Did not. You're so right. I love a long song. I'm a big Rush fan. Love a long song. I don't love a long Meatloaf song.
But I do love a long meatloaf.
You're so right. You're so right. Darn you. It's true. It's true. What's the longest hold on, we gotta do some Spin It research.
Hang on.
This is a ridiculous
world's longest.
Wow! Wait. Okay, so the Guinness World Record for the world's largest meatball, not a loaf, different shape of meat, is 1,110 pounds, and it was set in Columbus, Ohio.
Really?
You live very close to the world's largest meatball.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I found the world's largest meatloaf, apparently. Hang on.
Oh, here. Burnt.
What? There's a whole thing called... What? There's a whole thing called Burning Loaf.
I've seen the same thing.
You're on the same thing as me?
Yes.
Well, you brought the last one. I'll talk about this one.
Fine.
Apparently, Burning Loaf is a thing where a group of guys, it says here, the rules of Burning Loaf are simple. Get a group of guys together, barbecue a meatloaf, and give away money.
Okay, yeah.
And it raised more than $55,000 over the past 8 years. Burning Loaf founders, yada yada. What's the largest one? Aha! Yeah, Burning Loaf being placed in the Guinness World Records by way of a meatloaf weighing at least 220 pounds.
That's a lot of meatloaf. Although I bet...
That's a lot of meatloaf.
Yeah, it is. But that's not a length, that's just a weight. We're not going to find length. You could make a very skinny, long meatloaf, and yeah, weight is probably the real definition.
Yeah, and that was in 2013,
the definitive one.
It looks like. 2012. That was in 2012.
Okay, so there's definitely potential for bigger loaves since.
Yeah.
Who knew? Meat baguette.
The longest loaf of bread ever recorded is 1,211.6 meters.
What?
3,975 feet.
What? You say 3,000
So
feet?
I'm telling you.
That's a half mile. That's more than a half mile. There's like a 3/4 mile loaf of bread out there.
Specifically 3,975 feet and 0.69 inches.
Nice.
That's achieved in Municipio de Vagos for Neto.
That's a long bread.
Yeah, and that's Portugal, it looks like.
A kilometer of carbs. That's great.
It took them 59 hours and 30 minutes.
That's it?
Apparently.
Wait, but how do you make... Okay, we're off on a tangent, and I don't even care. How do you make a 3/4 mile loaf of bread? You don't have a 3/4 mile oven. Do you bake it like...
I'm imagining it's like the pizza ovens with the the conveyors that take the pizza through the oven. I'm imagining it's
heat wave. You just leave it outside.
Heat wave, that's fine.
In the desert.
The bread was backed on an electric tuner oven 10 meters in length.
Did you just say the word backed instead of baked?
Yeah.
Just...
No, but it's written that way, actually. So maybe it is supposed to be backed. It's spelled back. So don't get all over me.
Okay. Hey, bread makers.
The bread was backed. It says the bread was backed on an electric tuner oven 10 meters in length, specially manufactured for this event. After baking, the bread was placed on a continuous baking pan, was pulled by a steel cable conducted by a system of rail with rollers to facilitate its movement. At the end of the event, the final loaf was distributed to more than 15,000 people.
That's amazing. They used trains to yank a 3/4 mile loaf of bread through a hot tube.
Apparently.
That's amazing. Wow. Look at us learning things on the music podcast, but you didn't come here to learn about long bread.
I feel like we need to we need to recycle the Baker's Dozen artwork.
Wait,
we're having a Baker's Dozen number of tracks, talking about bread again.
It's the resurgence of the Baker's Dozen in episode 90 for some reason. Who knew?
It's
the largest breads category in Guinness slays. I bet it does.
It's the Baker's Dozen episode 2. Back into the Baker's Dozen.
Back into the oven. I love it. It's awful.
Baker's Dozen 2. Back into the oven.
Anyway, we should take a couple steps back to Meatloaf the singer. And I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. What a song. It is, again, a very long one. Some versions are 12 minutes long. Wild. It's too much. But apparently it's not too much for people in the 90s. It was #1 in 28 countries. And even though it got certified platinum in the US for more than 1 million copies sold, it was Meatloaf's only top 10 single on the Billboard charts, and he even took home a Best Rock Vocal Performance Grammy, which is pretty impressive.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm. The shortest version of the song that I could find, the single release, again, is still 5 minutes and 13 seconds. And this is another song like Baby One More Time, Hit Me Baby. A lot of people were confused on. A lot of people were confused on I Won't Do That for some reason. That gave people a lot of trouble. Has that tripped you up?
Nah.
No?
But I'm built different.
Yep. Sure. It messed me up for a bit until I really dug into it a little bit. Just because it's not directly connected to anything that he won't do, but the format of it is kind of meant to parallel the verses. He says, I would do X, Y, Z, but I won't forget about you. And so in the chorus, he says he's going to do all these things. And the that he won't do is forget about her. He kind of, recycles it without explicitly saying it. So a lot of people thought that the that was ambiguous, but really it's just kind of buried in there in a roundabout syntax kind of way that I think is actually pretty clever and really cool. Oh, and to keep it, we're talking about the resurgence of the Baker's Dozen. This is also another strange tie-in that really shouldn't be relevant to us, but kind of somehow is. Michael Bay directed the music video. So it's another link between all the songs we talked about in the Transformers franchise, which has come up now at least twice, 3 times before now.
Yeah.
It's wild. The music video is kind of a modern pseudo twist on Beauty and the Beast. I didn't watch the whole thing. It seems fine. I don't have any complaints about it. It's an interesting song. And it's good to know. And it's different. Meatloaf is different. The next song...
Up next, Under Pressure.
You might think so for a second, but that's not quite right. Up next, Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice.
For those of you in the audience who might be wondering if James and I script those dumb jokes, we don't.
We don't script a thing. Sometimes you can tell.
Oh, and also since we're moving into the back third of the album,
is it time for the third milk?
Album, it's time for the third milk.
Third milk!
For another milk break. Third milk!
Third milk!
Oh, I love that.
Third milk! Third milk!
Third milk! Third milk! Any guesses from the chat on what maybe the third milk flavor would be? All right.
I have no idea. I can never guess anything with you. Oh, mint. Chat's guessing mint milk?
That'd be wild.
That'd be pretty good.
That'd be pretty good, probably. This one is the one I'm most concerned about tasting good.
Have you told me what it is?
I mentioned it to you offhand. We had a whole debate on whether or not the ending of the name of the milk made any sense.
I don't know what this is.
It is apple pie a la mode milk.
Apple pie milk. It doesn't sound that strange to me. That sounds kind of like a normal...
Do you think apple pie is a normal milk flavor?
It just sounds like it's going to be cinnamony. Maybe a little apple-y. But, not...
I'm hoping it's more apple-y than cinnamony.
Only one way to find out.
Is my hope. And then, it's a la mode.
Okay.
Which is what we had to debate on, because... you were like...
Well, a la mode has several definitions. It does kind of similarly to, I guess, jiggy. Means something that's
You were like it was
style.
unfashionable.
Apple pie's never been unfashionable. Ever. Saying.
Can't argue with those facts.
Nope. Or spins.
Let's this is the one I'm most concerned about. See how it does.
We'll see. What's the verdict?
It's more cinnamony.
It is?
Yeah.
Wow. A bummer.
But it surprisingly tastes like apple pie. Like, it tastes like the crust of apple pie.
That's kind of what I figured.
Like you know, when you're down to just the crust piece, but it's got some of the apple pie filling kind of drizzled on it still, and it tastes like that.
A very specific description, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and like some of the vanilla, some of the mode that you put on it, you know, has melted and soaked into it.
Whatever. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Well, good. I'm glad that was a successful experiment for you.
You actually might like it more than the cherry coral milk.
Nah, I probably would. That wasn't very good, and I can't believe you drank a whole thing of it in one episode.
At the end, we'll do a tally on how much milk I've downed.
Oh,
approximately.
I haven't been keeping track. I'm worried. I'm a little worried.
I am too.
I guess we better hurry before you drink yourself out of milk.
Yes, please.
Back to Under Pressure. Oops, I mean Ice Ice Baby.
A la mode sounds like a spy movie.
Third Milk a la mode. You're right, it does. Maybe it's the next Meatloaf album. Bat Out of Hell 3 a la mode.
And it's just because the bats don't have any fashion, not because they're with ice cream.
No. Ew. Okay, anyway. A lot of debut songs in these 90s singles we're pulling from. Ice Ice Baby was Vanilla Ice's debut. And this is another one that's not from the late 90s. This one came out in 1990. It's from his very first record called To the Extreme. And actually was a B-side to his cover of Play That Funky Music, which I never want to hear in my life. Just for the record.
Really?
No, I don't ever want to hear. I don't ever want to hear Ice Ice Baby. I don't ever want to hear Vanilla Ice singing Play That Funky Music.
Fair enough.
No. A side note, by the way. Does anybody know Vanilla Ice's real name?
I will refrain from answering.
Oh, that means you do.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know until I looked it up. It's kind of wild. Are you listening? You keep like dancing. Are you listening to the songs as we talk about them?
Yeah.
I just want to clarify for the audience that he can hear all these.
I've been dancing over here.
Brad, I like it. His name is Robert Van Winkle. This is Vanilla Ice's real name. Which just reminds me of Rip Van Winkle, like the sleepy guy in the Headless Horseman stuff. You know. But yeah, if you've ever been confused when Ice Ice Baby has come on, thinking it's Under Pressure, you're not alone. Even Freddie Mercury was confused the first time he heard it on the radio. I mean, it doesn't get much more confusing than that. When you don't recognize, I guess, not your own song. So, Vanilla Ice didn't do most of the music, and it was actually almost challenged in court because of what he did.
Not surprising.
Yeah. But Vanilla Ice obviously did come up with new lyrics for the song when he was also 16 in 1983. So, he sat on those for quite a while. And actually, here's a fun fact, a little historical nugget. Ice Ice Baby was the first hip-hop single to top the Billboard Hot 100, and it topped the charts in half a dozen other countries, too. The song's music video was shot with $8,000. Very small budget. And here's also another little nugget that I despise. In 1991, there was a cover of Ice Ice Baby made. Do you know who made this cover of Ice Ice Baby?
Who?
Alvin and the Chipmunks. It's called Ice Ice Alvin.
I should have known that.
I know. I don't know how you would have. It's not the kind of thing you search out, but yes, Ice Ice Alvin. Wild. I like Ice Ice Baby, but it's just a unique flavor of disappointment every time it starts. Because I like Under Pressure more, and I always get more excited to hear Under Pressure, and then it isn't, you know? It's like a weird letdown, but I think
I go back. I feel like I go back and forth on that. I feel like it's never the one I want it to be.
Ever?
No, I feel like when it comes on, I'm like, oh, I hope it's Ice Ice Baby, and then it'll be Under Pressure. Or it'll come on and be like, oh, I hope this is Under Pressure, and then it'll be Ice Ice Baby. It's never the one I want.
Yeah, no, that makes good sense. And it's a shame. Aunt May, you're cursed.
One of those things that makes me think we're living in a simulation.
In the Matrix?
Yeah.
A great 90s reference there that you just left on the table.
Yeah.
I've never seen The Matrix.
We need to fix that.
Yeah, we should. Spin it movie night.
Speaking of Spin It movie night, if we're done with this one.
I think we are.
Our next one up, Livin' La Vida Loca.
Livin' La Vida Loca. This song, you speak of movie night, we just had an unofficial Spin It movie night the other day where I watched Shrek 2 for the first time. And it features this song pretty prominently towards the end. Livin' La Vida Loca. Classic. It's a great one. By Ricky Martin, a Puerto Rican artist, and it's from his 5th album, which is self-titled. And actually, that album was his very first English-speaking debut as well. It came out in 1999, and it's about a woman who's living the crazy life, as you could tell by, you know, the translated Spanglish of the title, Livin' La Vida Loca. What a
It's a good song.
This is a song that just makes you want to get into the groove, you know? I like it.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
Just a bewildered, yeah. Love it.
It's awesome. Love it.
It is a pretty awesome song. And one of those rare instances where a song is pretty universally known, like instantly recognizable. And I think this would qualify for maybe a one-hit wonder too. I feel like, I mean, we didn't touch it on our one-hit wonders episode.
Yeah.
But I feel like we could have.
We definitely could have.
Yeah. But hit is definitely the right word to use for it. It was #1 in more than 20 countries, including the US, where it stayed for 5 straight weeks. And Ricky Martin was the first Latin artist in history to be nominated for an MTV Video Music Awards Video of the Year award. And the song is credited with helping kickstart the Latin pop explosion in music just in general. This song really helped mainstream and popularize the genre, which you gotta love. Do you like, okay, this is a tough question for you maybe. Do you like Ricky Martin's version better or the Shrek 2 version better?
Ooh, that's such a hard one.
I know. That's why I have to add, this is Spin It. We ask the tough questions.
I think I'm going to give the song to Ricky Martin.
Okay.
But just like in general, like if you're taking the whole package of the music, and I don't know, if you like took, I haven't seen Ricky Martin's music video, assuming one exists for this song. But I have a feeling that if we took like the whole package together, the Shrek version would win.
Okay,
there's something about watching a talking donkey and cat in boots sing the song that wins my heart over.
Wins your heart over, and you didn't even call that version your favorite. Okay,
no,
good to know.
Shrek in general just has a banger of a soundtrack in like pretty much all of its movies.
I was shocked.
I mean, I Need a Hero, sung by the Fairy Godmother, one of the best covers of all time.
It was okay. Yeah, it was okay. I love the movie. The movie was great. I think I'm going to give the edge to the Ricky Martin version, though, because I am missing the nostalgia that comes with having watched Shrek when I was a youngin'.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to point out about Livin' La Vida Loca, Ricky Martin worked with Desmond Child to write the song. Desmond Child is an artist that's helped write hits that we've talked about. I mean, across the board, he's worked with artists like Aerosmith, Joan Jett, Bon Jovi, Michael Bolton, and a lot more. He's kind of a spin cycle machine. So, Desmond Child, keep an eye out.
Apparently, you can buy Shrek the whole story 5 DVD set for $9.95.
Wow. Okay. I have 4 of them already digitally. So, do you want the 5 Shrek DVDs?
Yeah, well, it's all 4 Shrek movies, and I assume maybe the 5th one's got like the Christmas special on it.
Who knows? It's the whole story,
or something, or I don't know what's on the.
Maybe it's a cassette tape with an unreleased movie.
Oh,
yeah.
And then I don't know if anybody in here is a fan of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, but people are thinking Shrek 5's gonna happen because it was like apparently teased in like the post-credit scene or something.
Oh, like the Avengers?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we'll see. I've got a couple more Shreks to watch before then. Now, up next, we got another song to talk about. And I don't know what happened to Mambo's 1 through 4, but this one is Mambo number 5 by Lou Bega.
The only Mambo we needed. It consumed Mambo's number 1 through 4.
Why was Mambo 6 afraid of Mambo 5? Because Mambo 5 ate Mambo's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whatever.
What do you mean, whatever? You're the one that made the joke.
I know, but it was a bad joke inspired by you.
Can't be like whatever. Like it was like toss it aside like you do my dumb jokes when you're the one that made it. I get to say whatever.
Do you want to?
Nah, I'm built different.
Right. Mambo number 5 slaps so hard, right? So good. It
slaps so hard.
Yeah. The original version of Mambo number 5 was entirely an instrumental. It came out in 1949 by Cuban musician Damaso Prado. I don't know the original. I should have looked it up before we did this, but I'll definitely look it up after, because I'm curious. The line dance? Is there a line dance for it? We didn't do the line dance for this one, did we?
I don't think... I don't know if we did or not.
Elementary school gym class.
I don't remember doing
this line dance to songs like Soulja Boy and the Watermelon Crawl, but I don't think we did Mambo number 5.
I don't think we did this one.
Yeah. But the version of Mambo number 5 that qualifies as a 90s hit, and the one that we all know and love today, is by German singer Lou Bega. It was the debut. I've been saying debut a lot this episode. A lot of famous, first songs in the 90s. It's from his debut album, A Little Bit of Mambo, in 1999, and it was an international sensation. Topped the charts in 24 countries. In France, it was at number 1 for a record-breaking 20 consecutive weeks. I'm glad we're not playing normal Factor Spin this week, because this next fact is one the mixtaper surely would have found and tried to lie about. There's another cover of Mambo number 5, I guess similar to the cover of Ice Ice Baby that I told you about. Any guesses who's covered Mambo number 5? Are you looking it up? You can't look it up. That's illegal.
I'm not looking anything up. Sorry, I was reading chat.
Oh, Social Duality at its finest. It was a whole thing. I need your guess. I need your guess at who covered Mambo number 5.
The mixtaper would have tried to lie about it?
Yes. I guarantee. I 1,000% guarantee that if we did a Factor Spin on Lou Bega, this would have been there. And you would have said it as a fact. The mixtaper would have said it as a fact. And I would have said it was a spin.
Gotcha. So he would have been telling the truth. You just accused him of lying about it then. That's why I was confused.
No. It is that unbelievable.
It was in 2005.
2001.
Oh, 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
everybody's favorite construction worker, Bob the Builder. I kid you not. Bob the Builder released Mambo Number 5, the construction version, where he names all kinds of different tools and construction equipment. And just
I love that.
Just covered Mambo Number 5. His version, the Bob the Builder version of Mambo Number 5, was the 17th best-selling single in the UK in 2001. That blows my mind.
That's awesome.
Incredible. Who would have believed it?
I don't know.
I wouldn't have. That's what I'm saying.
I like it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Taylor Swift was not alive in the 90s. That is a lie. Where's my Taylor Swift episode? Taylor Swift was totally alive in the 90s. Definitely. Taylor Swift episode's on the schedule, I promise. You just gotta be really patient. Quite patient. But it's on... It's got a specific spot that I like. Don't be there. Hi, Soapy. Ooh. Mambo Number 5 is also an anthem in the world of cricket. You know, the sport where they hit balls and stuff. Cricket. People in cricket love it.
Oh, I thought it was like the sound effect you played earlier.
No, not crickets. Not crickets, cricket. You didn't believe me. It's so true, though. It's true. I gotta look up the Bob the one, too. I need to listen to it. It's real. I know. She's coming, Soapy.
I'm a little annoyed that you have that information.
Why?
How do you know the mixtaper wasn't going to bring something for this they were covered by Bob the Builder?
I don't. Guess Who or Spin. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't just spoil Guess Who or Spin. Mambo Number 5 is some kind of thing. A real kind of thing.
You're doing that thing where you're doing research you're not supposed to do again, and the mixtaper's going to get angry.
This was very...
Just warning you.
This is very within the bounds of stuff I would have found for this. Anyway, suffice it to say, remember how I said he sampled a couple different songs to make this? His Cuban Damaso Prado samples in Mambo Number 5. He opened himself up to copyright disputes by doing that. There was a wicked 7-year legal battle between copyright holders to figure things out. Both of these people wanted sole rights to the song, but in the end, this one does have a resolution. The court ruled that both parties acted as co-writers, and they had to split writing credits. Why is there a Singing in the Rain reference in my Bob the Builder Mambo Number 5 remix? Because he's singing in the rain. He's Bob the Builder. Can he mambo? Yes, he can. Anyway, that's Mambo Number 5. What a catchy song. Boy, I love it. It's one of my favorites from this list, I think.
It's a good one.
It sure is. Yeah, Soapy, we're talking 90s
know what's one
music.
of my favorites from the list?
Because we're talking about it. This is episode 90, so we're doing 90s singles. It's been a blast. One of your favorites, you said?
Yeah. One of my favorites from this grouping.
As it should be. Up next is My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. Probably the most satisfying rhyme of a song title and artist that we've had so far. My Heart Will Go On, Celine Dion.
I'm a big fan of the
No, not all 10.
Titanic Makes Everything Better
first.
videos or whatever, where they take this song and put it over top of other famous movie scenes.
Interesting. I can believe that.
Have you seen those?
I've maybe seen a couple. I don't know.
They're hilarious. We're gonna watch some of them after this.
All 10s? That's a lot. There will be some surprises in the 90s and some other 90s music in the 90s episodes for sure.
But not all of them.
Not all. But yes. So, between you and me, I guess this is just the thing I say every time we mention a movie. I've never seen all of Titanic.
That doesn't surprise me.
No.
It actually surprises me you've seen any of it.
So, I saw it on TV one day, and I put it on, and I watched the first maybe 2
Celine Dion is a queen.
hours.
Yes.
And then, at like the 2.5 hour mark, I watched the Titanic hit the iceberg, and I looked, and there were still like 2.5 hours left, and I had to leave. And so I stopped watching and left, and never came back to it. So it's a long movie, but I just have never gotten through it. The song,
far, wherever you are,
a classic.
I will
Instantly
drink you flavored milk. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the song, the actual song, not the weird flavored milk version, was written by James Horner and Will Jennings, and it came out on Celine Dion's album Let's Talk About Love. It was a chart topper in 25 countries, and really it never slowed down. It's the second best selling physical single by a woman ever. Ever. Which is mega impressive. Yeah. The song also cleaned up on Hardware. It won an Academy Award and a Golden Globe for Best Original Song, 4 Grammys in 1999, including Song of the Year and Record of the Year. And in February of 1998, it broke a record for the largest radio audience ever, with more than 117 million listeners. Actually, the RIAA named it the Song of the Century. So, obviously, we have to include it on this list of 90s singles. It's got to be a song of the decade if it's a song of the century. Interesting. Chat says it's a very soundtracky song. But, actually, the people that made the movie weren't so sure about putting it on the soundtrack. They didn't really want a pop song on this dramatic moment. They weren't quite so sure, but when they heard the demo, they knew that they had to have it. They snatched it right up.
It's a good song.
So I guess in that regard, it is soundtrack. It ended up being soundtrack. But yeah, ooh, what a time. Other fun facts: that fun instrument in the song is a tin whistle, iconic, and Celine Dion recorded her vocals in one take for the movie version.
Wow.
I know, one take. But the album version features some redone parts and some tweaks, but the movie version is all one go. Incredible. I haven't listened to Let's Talk About Love yet. Honestly, you know what? Let me put it on my music to-do list for future albums of the month and ranking. It deserves to be there. Bada boom. There, it's on the list.
Dabba-dee, dabba-doo.
It's weird because it's perfect, but I can't shake some feeling. Yeah. Do you think maybe that's because it's in Titanic and so strongly associated with Titanic? I don't know. Because in my brain, those two are kind of...
Not a badly played
forever interlinked. Yeah, no, it is a tin whistle. I've heard the badly played recorder version. Love that one. A classic. Also, we're only 15 followers away from potential.
Hi, Sophie. I have not been involved in the lack of Taylor podcast episodes.
I mean,
I get one pick. I'm not been actively involved. I get one pick every 15 to 20 episodes, and I haven't picked a Taylor one, but that's because I couldn't do the Taylor episode justice. So I've been letting James take the lead on that one, and he refuses to pick one.
If you didn't know about Titanic,
direct all your Taylor hate to him.
My Heart Will Go On is a great song. I think that's a true statement. Actually, the next episode we put out after the singles episode comes out, episode 91, is another Connor's pick. And it's one you don't want to miss. I just finished editing it today.
If there's only one Connor's pick you ever listen to, it better be the next one.
I don't know. Well, the Mixtapers episode was kind of a Mixtaper pick, so.
That's what I'm saying.
Give Connor more picks? You wait till you hear that episode. It's a fun one. It's a fun one. But I just finished editing it, so it's fresh on my mind. And last but not least,
our Baker's Dozen
Dozen.
Yeah, our Baker's Dozen song is one I know you've seen the movie that does a version of it.
I've seen a couple movies that do a version of it. We're talking about Wannabe by the Spice Girls.
And specifically, I'm talking about Chicken Little.
I thought so. Chicken Little, yes. This is, again, 90s babies, Connor and I. We're not 90s kids. We're 90s babies. And so Chicken Little, I mean, was like a pillar in our childhood, which is weird. We had a group chat dedicated to Chicken Little memes at one point.
We really did.
In our not child
and
lives.
like for a long time.
But there were some good ones. But anyway, in Chicken Little, they definitely sing Wannabe for karaoke. That was kind of my first exposure to the song. The other thing... I think
it was for a lot of people.
The other popular media that this song is in, that's been making the rounds lately, is that Amazon Prime show The Boys about superheroes. The song features prominently in a very memorable scene from the first season that I will not spoil, but it's just, it leaves you flabbergasted. It's probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
So, Wannabe was the Spice Girls, I'll say it again, debut single in 1996, and it's probably their most popular song ever. Gotta say. It's from their debut album, simply called Spice. And it's actually the second song they ever co-wrote professionally as a group. They basically wrote the bulk of it out in 30 minutes with just a drum machine, and they said it was a sudden creative frenzy. It's a lot. The song is a lot. It's very in your face, which you gotta kind of love. They took a lot of inspiration for Wannabe from Grease, the musical, and the song Summer Nights specifically. They also recorded the song within an hour, compared to sometimes 3 days of work on their other songs. So, I mean, think about that. It's the same kind of thing like we talked about with some of the songs on Bambi by Hippocampus or Eric Church, where they just cranked it out so fast.
Impressively fast.
Yeah, from nothing to a hit song in an hour and a half. But that's just for the general recording. They did do a couple different remixes because the original didn't turn out quite like they wanted. Well, see, yeah, this version's not quite an hour. But mostly, yeah, they had the whole thing figured out and just tweaked it a little bit. Remixed, not, I don't think, re-recorded a bunch. So a lot of, balancing and replacing and blah. And actually...
and blah.
Yeah. For as iconic of a song as Wannabe is, and as synonymous as it now kind of is with the Spice Girls, it almost wasn't their debut single. Their label wanted them to pick something more fun, something cooler, since they were kind of one of the first major girl groups in the pop sphere. They said, you gotta have a big poppy hit, assert yourself, as a girl group, and they were adamant. They said, no, Wannabe is the way that we want to go. And voila, they got their way. We got the hit. What do you think of Wannabe?
I quite enjoy the song, mainly because of the nostalgia of Chicken Little.
That's why you like the song?
It's like, I can't separate the two. Like how we were talking about Titanic.
This is as inseparable from Chicken Little to you as My Heart Will Go On is to Titanic?
Yeah, if not more so.
What? Some of the things you say, I
can't separate the two.
But it's not like with Celine Dion, that's like her version of the song in the movie. Like you're hearing the same song. With this one, you're just hearing characters sing it in Chicken Little. And it's only like 30 seconds of this. It's not even the whole song. And it's that inseparable for you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Maybe because I knew the Celine Dion song before I watched Titanic, but I didn't know the Spice Girls song before watching Chicken Little.
Okay, well, I guess. I suppose.
Can't help but think about Chicken Little when I hear this song. I don't know what to tell you.
That's all you needed to say. There were also a lot of other songs I was sad that we had to drop from the 90s singles list. Yeah. Maybe we'll find a way to get back to them. But just as an honorable mentions for the 90s singles, now that we've kind of concluded our Baker's Dozen, I really was sad to ditch The Offspring, Self-Esteem. You Get What You Give by the New Radicals. If It Makes You Happy, Sheryl Crow. Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back. And Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. Man, the 90s
some good ones.
Were pretty full, and I wish we had time to talk about more.
You got a new 90s part 2.
90s part 2.
Back in the oven.
Bat Out of Hell. Yeah. No, see, Soapy, the song Wannabe by the Spice Girls is featured for about 30 seconds in Chicken Little. And Connor has equated that to My Heart Will Go On. I can picture it now, though. Like merch that has, like, you know, the colons that relate things. Like a little related thing. And it'll be like Celine and Titanic. And then the bottom will be Chicken Little and Spice Girls. Or Chicken Little and Wannabe.
But the problem is that might get misconstrued to be like chicken is to like spices. Because, you know, you flavor your
Not
chicken.
if it says Chicken Little to Spice Girls. We'll figure it out. We'll workshop it. Chicken is to spice. Yeah.
I'm just saying you gotta be careful.
Like the Colonel. Colonel Sanders would love that.
Colonel Sanders would love that.
But anyway, that is our Baker's Dozen. Let's take a look one more time. We'll switch it over to the screen and we can go over all the songs we've covered again. Let me let me pop that up. Where did I put it? Is it here?
I don't know. Where is it?
It's here.
Love that animation.
This is for our Instagram. This is one of our Instagram graphics for the week that we put this out. So just to go over again, you know, we had a nice time, great time. We talked about our honorary spin cycle completing Around the World by Daft Punk. We talked about Baby One More Time by 16-year-old Britney Spears, mega pop star. We talked about Barbie Girl by Aqua. We talked about the Cher effect and the auto-tune on Believe. We talked about one of the 50 worst music videos of all time, Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Da by Eiffel 65. Talked about Gangsta's Paradise, Pastime Paradise, Amish Paradise by Coolio. We talked about Will Smith, not roommate of 21 Pilots, and getting jiggy with it. We had Meatloaf and The Longest Loaf of Bread, Doing Anything for Love, but not that. We had Ice Ice Baby. We had Vanilla Ice, just doing his thing, not singing under pressure. We had Shrek and Donkey and Ricky Martin, Livin' La Vida Loca. We had Mambo No. 5, Lou Bega, all the mambo-y things he did. Love to see it. Celine Dion's Heart Went On the Titanic, and Wannabe, for some reason, took us all the way back to Chicken Little. Because they're all institutions. No, it's true, you're right. Very much institutions. Oh, the stream's not over yet, by the way. We still have, we have to play Guess Who or Spin. That's coming up, our next game show. So, I guess it's time once again to bring the mixtaper on out here. We haven't played Guess Who or Spin in a while.
Yeah, he's ready.
He's ready? That's excellent. Well, let's hit some Guess Who or Spin. For the first time, I think, since episode 45? Maybe?
Been a minute.
Been a minute. Let's jump into it.
Hey, it's me, the mixtaper. Hello.
Hey, mixtaper. Welcome back to the podcast. How are you?
Good, making my on-screen debut. Exciting.
It's so exciting. What an iconic moment in Spin It history. This is going to be on our top 100 moments list when we reach our 100th episode for sure.
Yeah. And you know, I'm not feeling this color palette either. It's not really my thing. So let's do that.
In the flesh. Yeah, the mixtaper embodied. So, yeah, you're taking
Get us
over
into some
Connor's
purple.
recording setup today. We can actually see and hear you.
Yeah, I'm working on getting my own setup in the Untrue, but it takes some work. So I'm borrowing Connor's.
Yeah, understandable. Are you ready to play more Guess Who or Spin? I mean, we haven't done this
Oh yeah,
in a long time.
been a minute. I got the color lighting and the mixtaper purple.
Yeah.
Got
Now, is this
the outfit?
Is this going to count towards the season 6 Factor Spin scores? Like, is this going to be a scored
No,
endeavor?
so this is going to be special. It's going to be its own thing. I've revamped Guess Who or Spin.
I don't like that.
We'll get into that in a moment. But I feel like now's as good a time as ever to kind of plug. Go follow me on Twitter at @the_mixtaper. There's gonna be a lot of fun supplementary content centered around me, the star of the podcast.
I don't know about all that, but you are here, and you're certainly a member of the podcast. So
I'd also just like to point out my favorite thing about this setup right now is that the headset doesn't fit over my hat.
It's like, you've seen Looney Tunes Back in Action, where he goes, "I've rehearsed in Acme, but I never wore the hat." He can't unzip his thing. It's like that.
Yeah.
You see, headset.
The Spin-It costume department that maintains my costumes didn't think about this.
Well, we'll figure it out next time.
Yeah.
I'll just talk really loud.
I can hear you just fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
I turned up the volume.
Oh, great.
So when Connor puts it back on, he's got to remember to turn it back down.
Just don't tell him. That's the dastard thing to do.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Yeah. Okay, so how have you revamped Guess Who or Spin? For a reminder,
yes.
In Factor Spin, what we normally do is a fact is asserted about the one artist, and we have to tell whether it's true or false. Last time we did Guess Who or Spin, we get, 3 true facts and 1 fake fact about any of the artists we talked about today. And I have to figure out who they belong to and which one's fake. Or at least that's what we did last time.
Correct. So the first iteration was Guess Who or Spin, and I threw that spin in there, and it really confused you.
Well, that was
second time around.
The first time
we clarified that there'd be one specifically fake fact.
Yeah. Yes. That's how it went down.
This time around, those rules still apply.
Okay.
But I've kind of revamped the information section and the points section of Guess Who or Spin. So, you will be getting 4 facts, 3 of which are absolutely 100% true about one of the 13 artists we talked about on this episode.
Awesome. Shrek
the other one
count.
is a bold-faced lie.
Okay, yeah.
I will give you the name of the fact. You know how I name all my facts with a catchy little line?
Not all of them, but yes, I dread those. We've had some bad ones lately. If you can... So if you can... So at any point in time, you can lock in an answer, basically. Okay? If you lock in your answer with just the title alone and get it right, you get 5 points. Whoa.
If you ask for clue number 1 and lock in, that drops you down to 3 points.
Wow.
If you ask for a second clue, that drops you down to 2 points. And if you ask for the third and final clue, that is going to be a very illuminating clue, it drops you down to 1 point.
Okay.
And of course, if you get it wrong at any stage, you get 0 points.
Oh, it's not like an I get to keep guessing thing. Before I got
No, you gotta lock in when you wanna when you think you're confident enough to go for the points.
I like that twist. As a fan of your work, I would love that twist. As me, a participant in this awfulness, boy, I hate it.
I've done my best to make each clue give away the answer a little bit more and more to try to, ramp it up that way. That's
good. I do appreciate
We'll see how well I did. This is my first time doing this. So, We'll see.
We'll see. Okay.
But yeah, and I don't know. I feel like you've got, 4 of them, and 4 of them for a total of 20 possible points. I think your goal is just to get.
Sounds like my goal is to get 10. Yeah.
Yeah, to consider it a win. I don't know. We'll see how we did at the end here.
That's not a lot of room for error. I'll be honest.
No, it's not. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see at the end. Like I said,
we'll see.
We'll tweak it based off of how this one goes for next time around.
Yeah, this is a test run. So, hit me with that first true fact.
Well, before that, I just also want to plug my merch line at www.spinitpod.com. Go to visit our store and pick up some Mixtaper merch.
That's dastardly.
50% of the proceeds go towards my student loan payments. So
they don't.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
And with that, let's hit the first one.
Let's hit it, I guess.
They are a Rubik's Cube whiz.
Rubik's Cubes, huh? Like colored cube puzzles. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, thank you so much, Soapy. I need to get one of our Mixtaper mugs. I love those.
Wait. Do you have the Mixtaper mug or the Spin It mug?
No, the Spin It mugs. I think Soapy has the Spin It mug. But I love the Mixtaper mug.
Soapy, what are you doing?
Rubik's Cube whiz. This feels very... When was the Rubik's Cube invented? I guess that's not a question you maybe could answer. It feels like something...
I'll give you that one as a freebie.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that's right. I can't ask questions like normal. I'm still playing.
You can ask a couple... the way I kind of view it, it was invented in 1974, by the way.
Okay.
The way I kind of view it is if you have any follow-up questions based on the information I give you, the clue and stuff, depending on what the question is, I may or may not answer it.
Okay. He or she...
So the question is, are you ready to lock in an answer, or do you want the first clue?
Ugh. A Rubik's Cube whiz. I don't think I can lock in on that. I don't think I'm...
All right.
I don't think I'm ready enough.
All right.
Okay, give me the first clue.
Clue number 1. They have shown on TV multiple times that they can solve a Rubik's Cube, and one time even demonstrated that they could do it in under 55 seconds.
That's fast. That's whiz territory. Oh, I don't like this. This is probably Meatloaf. This is probably Meatloaf, the man of a million mysteries. And I just can't figure out. I bet he's a Rubik's Cube whiz.
What? The mug is not available for purchase?
What?
When did that happen?
Maybe it expired. I'll go fix that later after the stream. Our apologies. Hi, Jenny.
I'm going to be talking to my lawyers about this.
This is the Mixtaper. Yeah, this is the Mixtaper.
This is the Mixtaper. Connor went off to go take care. He drank a little too much milk.
So far, what I'm thinking is I'm kind of leaning towards, Will Smith has been on camera a lot. I'm leaning away from Daft Punk. They, did the whole, masked identity thing for a long time, right? And I'm also kind of leaning away from bands. I'm leaning away from Aqua, from Eiffel 65, from the Spice Girls, which I guess really doesn't rule out much, to be honest.
So are you locking in an answer, or would you like clue number 2?
I think I want those points. How many points do I get now? I missed the 5-point opportunity.
3 points if you lock in an answer and are correct.
Oh, that's tough.
If you take clue number 2, you only lose and go down to 2 points. So you only lose 1 point.
But I gotta get to 10. I'm gonna have to take at least one of them.
At 3, yeah.
But it may be smarter to wait. Or can you reuse people? Like, if you use someone for this fact, will they be one of the future ones as well? Is that possible?
Anything's possible. You can neither confirm nor deny if I've reused any.
And so in past times too, I've been able to like set one aside if I think it's the spin until I've heard the others. Is that an option this time?
I will say you can bank one. So you can only ever have one banked at a time.
Yeah, I'll bank this one for now.
Okay.
And I'll answer it after I've heard the next fact. Yeah, maybe I'll answer it even after I've just heard the title, whether I think it's true.
Fair enough. Second one?
Uh-huh.
They inspired a villain.
Oh, that's hard too. Very hard.
Yeah, as we're doing this, I'm thinking that the title only lock-ins should be worth like 20 points on their own. That if you can nail it off of that, you just win.
I was gonna say that's tough. I think I'm gonna go say the Rubik's Cube.
You can keep it banked. You just can't bank anything else until you go back to that one.
No, I'm gonna go back to it.
Okay.
Think I'm gonna say that's a Will Smith.
You're going with Will Smith.
I'm gonna
locking
lock in
it in
Will
for
Smith
3
on the
points.
Rubik's Cube.
This fact is about Will Smith.
It's about Will Smith. Oh, that's awesome! I figured. See the TV thing. You said he appeared on TV a lot.
That's
what
tried
took me
to
him.
give a little more clues each way.
Yeah. Will
You
Smith
see the
and
next
Rubik's
one,
Cube
because on that one I said on TV, so it could have been interviews, it could have been on talk shows, whatever,
Yeah.
right? So then clue 2 was some of the characters they have played in their acting gigs have incorporated this niche hobby into their characters.
Like the guy from I Am Legend, right? Does he find a? I've not seen I Am Legend. Does
I
he find a
believe,
Rubik's
yeah, I
Cube?
think it's I Am. I didn't bother to write that information down, but yes,
Oh,
it's like that,
So like
and
Will
maybe even on
from
Fresh
the
Prince.
Fresh Prince, yeah.
Yep.
That's interesting. Really cool. Not a.
And then
roommate of
clue
21
number
Pilots.
3 was
Rubik's Cube. Was.
so clue number 3, which would have only gotten you 1 point, was this princely hobby is so fresh that people can't help but get jiggy with it when he does it.
Oh, that's the level we're talking about.
Yeah. If you make it to clue number 3, it's a dead giveaway.
So I shouldn't miss
My
any of
alternate
these.
clue for that one was this fact feels like a slap in the face, but I.
Yeah, see, we're still on the slap thing. We're not over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to give you an idea of the levels, that's kind of the levels of detail you
glad.
can expect.
I'm relieved I got that one at 3. I was a little worried. So
I'm impressed.
let's jump back to they inspired a villain.
Yeah.
Feels a little too vague for my tastes. I think
Okay.
I need to take one more.
One more. All right. Clue number 1, knocking you down to 3 potential points. They inspired classic Spin It villain Barry Manilow to write his 2011 album 15 Years.
I would not have guessed this was the direction we were going at all, because he's a menace, not a villain. We've been over this. I was out
They
here
inspired
thinking,
a menace then.
I was out here thinking like Meatloaf with his bats and things, or like Daft Punk with their masks and stuff. But certainly Daft Punk didn't inspire Barry Manilow to do anything. Oh. Wow. So they inspired Barry Manilow to write what album?
His 2011 album, 15 Years.
2011. Darn you. What's important about 15 years? Is there anything significant about the title, the style? Like what's...
Yeah. Sure is.
Okay. That's tied
To
to
get
this artist?
what, though, you'll have to buy another clue.
Oh. You're right. It kind of is like I'm starting with full points and just spending them to get information to see how many I get to keep. 15 years in 2011 puts us in when 1996. So, which of these songs came out in 96? Spice Girls had Wanna Be in 1996, but that's the only one. I don't know why Barry Manilow would write an album inspired by the Spice Girls. I'm not confident enough. I'm gonna take another clue.
Next clue, clue number 2, driving you down to 2 potential points.
Yeah.
The inspiration came from Manilow watching them struggle with having a life of privacy.
Okay. That gives me other ideas because, I mean, the whole world has been on this Free Britney kick for the last while, right? Britney Spears was famously under this contract, this thing with her father, and again, we talked about how she kind of released that big hit at 16, which makes me think 15, like, would have been kind of when the end of the privacy thing started. I'm gonna lock in Britney Spears for this one for 2.
Locking in Britney Spears for 2 points.
Britney Spears inspired Spin It Menace Barry Manilow to write this album.
This fact is about Britney Spears.
It's about Britney. Oh, awesome. Okay, so I'm on pace. That's halfway. I'm at 5 points, 2 questions in. That's interesting. What is that album? I haven't listened to it. Like, I don't know. Spin It villain Barry Manilow. Love him.
So number 3 for that one was One More Time. The Spin It Menace sneaks his way onto the podcast.
Yeah, he did. Hello, Birdman. Yeah, I'm hoping to go 3 for 3. We'll see if I can pull it off. Okay. Hit me with that third clue. Or, well, third guess who.
The third fact is they own ghost detecting equipment.
I hate you. I hate that you've done this. So, this is the return of ghost detecting equipment, but not in Fact or Spin, and Guess Who's Spin?
Indeed.
Can I do something bold here?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
I think this is your spin.
Okay, you're just gonna lock it in off the title?
I think well, more than just that. Let me explain my rationale. This is the third fact. If this one wasn't the spin, then I would know right away the next one is the spin. And so I feel like you wouldn't want that to happen on a cheap shot. And also I think you knew that giving me ghost detecting equipment as the spin would frustrate me because there are so many artists that it could be about. And we've talked about how it belongs to somebody that I haven't picked for an episode yet, but I will pick eventually. And I just don't know who it is. Like, you teed this up so far in advance that I don't even know about it. And some of these people are very, very possible potential episodes. I think
they're locking in spin.
I'm locking in
off the title. You don't even want to hear clue number 1?
I don't. Because
it's
not true. This is a spin.
You see, you made the classic blunder of the fact that I know what order I'm giving these to you in, and I knew you would think I wouldn't want to save the spin for last.
But there's too much coincidence that ghost detecting equipment. It can't be true here.
Fine, we've already locked it in. I'm telling you that this fact is my spin.
I knew it. That was a bit of a foolish move for you, I think. I should have given it to you
as number 2.
You should have given it to me as number 2. That's right. Thank you.
Should have given it to you as number 2.
You know what? Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, should have given it to you. I didn't think ahead.
I forgot about our bells too. We got bells and buzzers.
The clues for that one, in case you were curious, was they bought $750,000 worth of high-tech ghost detecting equipment and an additional $100K for a professional ghost removal service to eradicate the ghost, and it worked.
That's almost $100,000. That's almost $1 million. Yeah, that's almost ZZ Top beard money.
Yep.
Spoiler alert.
Clue 2 was their house is haunted by a ghost named Ryan that they determined was his name simply by asking it, and then their washing machine door slammed shut.
Oh, okay. Okay. What was your next clue?
And you get that there because washing machine spin
cycle, yeah.
That's
clever.
And then clue number 3 was another popular 1998 hit was written about this fact. And that's You Spin Me Right Round.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, but that brings us into our final one.
Which
that we know is it true about somebody.
It's got to be true.
Gotta be true. And that is, they were roommates with 21 Pilots. No, I'm kidding.
I would be so blown away. What would that be? Hi, Luna.
It is. They got stabbed in the butt and lost 4 pints of blood.
Speaking of, have you finished 4 pints of milk tonight? Or has Connor? Sorry.
I'm not drinking any milk.
No, you're not. Yeah, you're milk-free since
Connor's off regretting his decision, I think, right now.
I bet so. I bet so. Stabbed in the butt, lost 4 pints of blood. I'll be totally honest. This screams Meatloaf right off the bat. It's just, I'm just feeling
the enigma that is Meatloaf.
Oh, also, I already have 10 points. I can play real fast and loose on this one.
Well, I said you had to get more than 10 to win. Otherwise, it's a tie.
Well, I have 10 points, and you're going to make this one pretty easy if I go all the way down to 1, right?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe. We'll see.
Depends on how well you do. You might get confident and lock in too early.
Okay, so I need to... Oh, you're right. I need to know a little bit more about this 4 pints of blood stabbed in the butt. That's not enough for me to pick. Give me more. Give me another fact.
Clue number 1. They were stabbed in the butt during a street fight when they were 18.
Okay. You're not going to tell me anything about when that was, would you?
No.
Okay. Again, I'm already leaning away from bands. I don't think all the Spice Girls got stabbed. Maybe they did collectively. If they did, they lost 4 pints of blood.
Each of them lost a pint.
Yeah.
Like that scene at the end of like Saw 5 or 6, whichever one it is.
Where they all have to collectively do it, but yeah, they left everyone behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers for Saw 5 or 6 or whichever one that was. I think I need another clue. I don't want to gamble with this last point.
That's fair. Clue number 2. They have been known to embellish their stories of growing up poor and therefore have threatened on many occasions to pull down their pants on stage and show off the scar.
Wow. What a final ramp this is turning into. Who's got a show-offable butt scar? I still think this is screaming Meatloaf to me. I just don't know anything about the man. Also seems like maybe something Vanilla Ice would do.
So you locking in an answer, or are you gonna play this baby mode and ask for the clue number 3 like a baby?
You can try and antagonize me all you want with your baby mode. You can even say the baby voice again to
little baby mode.
Yeah,
baby mode.
I saw that one coming a mile away. I'm not risking this point. I'm gonna take the last clue.
Clue number 3. I bet after he got stabbed, his butt was sore, so he put some ice on it.
Meatloaf. No, I'm just kidding. I think this is gonna be... Oh, Jenny, that's baby mode. He's been talking like a baby. Well, Connor has. The mixtapers just co-opted it lately. Talking like a baby all night. Just because we went back to the 90s when we were babies, which is actually kind of hilarious. Don't tell Connor that, though. That's just between you and me.
Oh, I would never.
No. Well, I'm going to lock in Vanilla Ice. Unless did you lie on this?
This fact
what if that was a
is-
lie? I can't. I have to lock in Vanilla Ice, right? Because you said ice on the butt. But I can't. It's got to be. But if you're lying, I will never forgive you for this.
You don't know how tempted I was to lie on clue number 3. But, you know, I'm an integrous bastard, as we've said many times before. And so this fact is about Vanilla Ice.
Oh, a massive sigh of relief. I really thought you were about to say meatloaf. I really did. For some reason, I thought that last clue would have been a red herring.
Yeah. I really considered switching it up just to mess with you,
Wow.
but I got too much love for the game.
No, I appreciate
Maybe
that. This was
breaking the rules like that.
I like Guess Who or Spin. I like this new twist too with the point values. I squeaked the win out by 1
Here's
point.
the thing. I planned for you to lock in the ghost detecting equipment one on title alone. And that's why I really didn't care about what slot it was in. Because I just figured you would lock it in on title alone.
Yeah.
What I didn't expect was you getting Will Smith at 3 points. I thought you would take the second clue since it was the first round. You'd want to see what clue number 2 was like.
I kind of did. I kind of did want to see other clues. I mean, that's why I held it and tried to bank it
And
for
so
a
that's
second.
why I thought I was going to have you at like 9 points going into the final round. So you had to lock in at 2 in order to get the win.
Which would be awesome. That's good gamesmanship. I appreciate the
Yeah,
thought there.
you blew me away with getting locking in Will Smith on clue number 1.
Well, good. I did the right thing. What a slap in the face to you.
Hey now.
You're an all-star.
But yeah, I'll
That's another 90s
analyze the
thing we didn't
footage,
talk about.
you know, like any good player of any sort of competitive game. You know, analyze the
Yeah.
tapes,
Go watch tape.
see where I went wrong,
Mm-hmm.
figure out where we can tweak the point values or the rules or the clue stuff. You know, we'll see and have some more tweaks for next time we play Guess Who or Spin.
Or Spin. What an exciting episode this has been. I love it. Well, let's say goodbye to the mixtaper here, and we'll get.
Yes, I sign you off with my signature. Yeah.
There it is. What a fella, that mixtaper. So we'll get Connor back out here. We'll make our final thoughts. We'll do a final spin and some playlist picks, and then we will leave you be until the next episode, which this episode will come out, you know, on all the audio platforms and stuff as episode 90. So you'll have to wait 2 weeks for the edited final version, but it will be up and it'll be just as good as this stream because it's the same as the stream. It'll be a time. I'm really looking forward to it. And also, man, the mixtaper's debut. I'm really thrilled by that. What a fun twist for this 90s episode.
It really was fun.
Oh, hey, Connor's back. Welcome.
Yeah. I'm regretting the amount of milk I drank.
Yeah, can we get a milk tally for the final spin?
Yeah. Hang on, let me get
His milk tally was, Just grunted. That's how you could tell how much milk he's had. Oh, he's about to do a spit take. Everyone get your clip commands ready. Lose it. Woo!
Woo! That you got me there. Ooh, that was dangerous.
That was pretty
Took
close.
a big old gulp right as you said that. Oh. Drinks more milk.
You
I
did.
sure did drink
You
more
did.
milk.
Okay, but if you had to like
Jenny, you
estimate-
missed milk break was a thing that you could put in chat to make me drink milk.
Yeah, Connor drank 3 different types of milk on this episode. Chocolate.
Yeah, we had
sorry, we gotta be
Belgian
more
chocolate.
specific. Belgian chocolate.
Uh,
Strawberries and
Yep.
cream.
Strawberries and cream.
And apple pie
And-
a la mode.
Yep.
Yeah, but Thin Mints aren't
Oh, I
milk.
love eating a whole bunch of Thin Mints. So the chocolate milk is about half full still, and these are 1 quart containers. So we'll
Uh-huh.
say about half a quart of chocolate.
Yep.
Strawberries and cream is empty with that last big gulp I took.
Oh
so
my
that's 1
gosh.
quart.
Wow.
And I took all of 2 drinks worth of the apple pie and said that's gonna make me feel sick if I keep drinking it.
Smart.
And so
you know your limits.
We'll say just a little. We'll say 1.5 quarts and 2 sips.
Sounds solid. Now, can you give me a top threes on the milk?
Yeah. In milk order, my top threes.
Yeah.
Belgian chocolate,
Nice.
strawberries and cream, and apple pie a la mode.
Predictable.
That's
What's the
in milk
honorable
order,
mention?
not in. Oh, honorable mention. Never mind.
That was a lot of milk. A lot of milk.
A lot of milk. But if you're interested to know my top 3 for the episode,
Such strong bones. You're right. I'm curious about your top 3 for the episode.
My honorable mention to milk will be the water I was using as a palate cleanser this whole episode.
Yeah. Okay, that's solid. Not milk at all, but okay, we'll allow it. Now, what are your top 3 from this episode? We got 13 to pick from.
Yeah. And I'm pulling a sneaky one on you here.
Oh.
Because normally when I take more than my allowed top 3 plus honorable mention, I lose a pick for the next episode.
Darn you.
But the next episode's already recorded, so
Yeah, it
nothing
is.
you can do about that.
Nope. Nope. I'll just let it be. It's a special singles episode. We're starting the findies. We'll start it on a high note.
I didn't run wild with that loophole. I only took one additional.
Okay.
But they are in episode order.
Alphabetical
Alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Since they're in alphabetical order. Believe by Cher.
Oh, good pick. Singles
Living
for
La Vida
singles.
Loca by Ricky Martin.
Nice.
Mambo number 5 by Lou Bega.
Good choices.
My Heart Will Go On, Celine Dion.
Yeah, and does that mean we're getting a
And
Chicken Little honorable
Wannabe
mention?
by Spice Girls.
Wow. A shock, to be sure. Yeah. That's a good top 4 and a honorable mention. I think those make pretty good sense. For me, I don't have a score to give because singles. So I'm also going to take a top 3 here. My top 3 is going to look different than yours.
Okay.
A little bit. I feel like I have to take Baby One More Time. It's iconic.
Really? Okay.
It's iconic and a classic. And one of the few songs that I knew decently well before, like, digging into this. I'm also going to have to give one to Believe by Cher. Because, of course, incredible. Great song. Loved it. I think I'm going to give one to Mambo number 5 in the official top 3.
Okay.
And the James will
Jumping
mention...
quite a ways down.
I did skip quite a ways down. I think the James will mention, for me, is mostly going to be based on the nostalgia of Blue.
Okay.
It's a weird one, and I don't think it's better. Don't hear me taking that as a James will mention and think that I think it's better than My Heart Will Go On or Live in La Vida Loca or anything. But, like, it gets a little asterisk by it, you know? I mentioned it. So, where do you want to go for the playlist? Why doesn't my name work with honorable mention? It just doesn't. That's all. Here's the playlist, by the way. Our favorite songs, Spotify and YouTube, where these will end up.
I love that it doesn't work, though, because Jamesable Mention is so funny because it doesn't fit.
Right.
But it's obvious what you're referencing.
Yeah, it is. I know, it's funny. It's great.
What are you thinking for your playlist pick, since we had such different top 3s?
Yeah, since we had different top 3s, I think for me, if I got one playlist pick, it's tough. Based on what you said for yours, I might throw it to Mambo number 5.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's a fun song, and I think it blends well with the rest of our playlist.
I'm torn between Livin' La Vida Loca and My Heart Will Go On. The ballad guy in me and just the fun of Livin' La Vida Loca are at
It's a tough
war
call.
right now.
I kind of thought you'd go Believe.
No.
Clearly not. James will mention. Yeah, see, it's a good one. It's a good one.
I'm just trying to think. I think for the play, I pick a lot of love songs.
You do.
So I'm gonna go away from that for this special '90s episode and go "Livin' La Vida Loca."
Wow, what a time! I
just think that'll be so much fun. I'm just thinking about like in the car, you know, driving, and all of a sudden that comes on. Mm-hmm. Like that's gonna get me every time.
True. Let me put them on.
I know. I pick a lot of ballads, Jenny. The ballad guy. I'm the ballad guy. People's champion. What's the other title?
The flipping.
The other title hasn't come out yet.
It hasn't come out yet, but you called yourself the Twist Master General.
The Twist Master General.
It won't even be out by the time this episode comes out. It comes out after this episode.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Stay tuned to hear Connor. Stay tuned to find out why Connor is the Twist Master General in episode 92.
Yep. I'm just racking up titles.
Yeah, you are. I think those are great playlist picks. What a fun episode.
And, I mean, we don't really do a ranking for these episodes.
We don't.
But I wrote down some ranking ideas anyways, because I forgot that fact. So I have them here.
Well, sure, why not tell us? We're here.
So I'd like to pick an honorary ranking title. It won't go on the spreadsheet or anything, but
honorarily, sure. Just for the episode.
I wrote down 3 possible ranking ideas that I want the chat to tell me which one they like better. So this is just for you, chat. For being here live.
There you go. Special perks of being in chat.
Yeah, for supporting us live, sitting here with us. It's great. So, should this episode honorarily be ranked with the unit Flavors of Milk, Ways I'm Built Different, or Portions of My Mom's Meatloaf? Those were the 3 things I wrote down.
Wow. So let me put this in chat. We've got Flavors of Milk.
Yep. And I think just in general, this episode ranks at this is probably a 9 for me for the 90s episode. So, you know, this is an honorary 9.
This is an honorary 9? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, and we just got a rate of 9, so it's definitely an honorary 9.
Hello, Cedric. Hello, friends. Welcome in.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, thank you for that follow.
Hey, thanks for the follow.
Do we have a rate alert? I don't know why it's not working, but welcome in,
First
Danae.
time chatting. Yeah, I thought we had a rate alert.
Welcome, Cribbages. We do. I just don't know where it is. Thank you so much. Hi, Ursura. Hello.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. We've been talking about 90s singles all night. We are having a special singles episode. This is going to come out as episode 90. So we've been living in the 90s, which is why we've got all these funky colors.
Pull up that nice little graphic that had all the songs.
Oh, yeah, we should do that. Here, we've got...
so they can see it.
All the songs we've talked about are...
Yeah, that's why the background looks so ugly, because everything in the 90s looked like that.
Not everything. We talked about some Daft Punk. We talked about Britney Spears. We did Barbie Girl. Talked about Cher and Will Smith and Meatloaf and Vanilla Ice, Ricky Martin, the Spice Girls. I mean, we've been 90s-ing it up. Cedric, how was your stream?
I've been drinking milk of all sorts of flavors.
What were you playing? We don't have a shout-out command, so I can't check. But let me... Let me give you the link anyway. I need to make a shout-out command. There's Cedric. Go check out our friend Cedric.
Yes.
You made that mixtape 100 times.
The mixtaper made his live on video debut.
Oh my gosh.
This episode?
He did.
Definitely go back and check the VOD if you want to see that.
Nah, it's a fun one. But yeah, that's what we've been up to. We've been living in the 90s.
Yep. We're just wrapping up with our
Yeah. It gets me every time. Oh my goodness.
It gets me every time.
Woohoo!
Oh
no. Lost audio. I hope your speakers start working. I hope everything is good. Hi. I'm waving to you. What were your units? We're having our final spin right now where we debrief on everything we've just talked about. And
yeah, I'm giving this an honorary 9.
An honorary 9.
We don't really put our singles episodes on the tracking sheet.
How was your stream? What were you playing? Hope it was good. Hope it was excellent. And we don't have a shout-out command, but I put twitch.tv/Cedric Jameson up in the chat. That's where you could go find our friend. Jak and Daxter, I've heard good things. Heard really good things. You know what? I've never played it. Trying to play? Nice. I was one in 1990. Aw. See? Yeah, we're all 90s babies here. Not all of us, but most of us. What were your units again?
Oh, so those are my 3 honorary units.
Okay, you got
Flavors of milk, ways I'm built different, and portions of my mom's meatloaf. So I'd like to know from chat what the honorary unit should be to go with this
Existing
honorary
in the
9 I'm
90s.
giving
Yeah,
the
me
episode.
Too. Me too. Existing in the 90s is fun. It's great. Oh my goodness. We are getting close. We're working our way up to affiliate levels of followers, which is pretty exciting.
I can't wait.
We'll have so
to
many
hit
more
affiliate.
toys and tools.
I want to hit it.
Pause your bubble about to play. Say Jak and Daxter is one of your favorite games. Really? Nice.
Hey, thanks for the follow.
Thank you so much. We're one step closer.
Every follow gets us, one step closer. I'll drink another gulp of milk for that follow.
Yeah. Just one of your favorite albums of all time. Really? Which one?
Yeah, which one?
Is it? I mean,
I hope it's not one I crapped all over.
You mean all of them? You crap all over some.
Wait, what?
No, I'm just kidding. You're nice to some of them. Ooh. We got
Nice
some
to
good
one
ones.
in every 20.
Vessel. Oh, Cedric, I loved Vessel.
Yeah.
It's a good episode. The Grady's are in full swing.
the Grady's are great.
That's
why they're called the Grady's.
We've been on a good run for the last.
There's some great lore built in that episode.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I would vote for your mom's meatloaf. Because
I kind of would vote for that too. Anybody in the chat got any strong opinions?
Strong opinions, flavors of milk, ways that Connor has built different portions of mom's meatloaf. We went on a whole tangent about the world's longest meatloaf.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty.
I'm kind of thinking.
Yeah.
I love meatloaf. I think that locks it in. I mean, meatloaf is delicious. Yeah, it seems like everybody's going for meatloaf. So this episode gets an honorary 9 portions of my mom's out of 10.
All right. Look at that. Meatloafing our way through.
I would do anything for meatloaf, Cedric.
But I won't do that. I'm gonna write it in the list as honorary 9. So how about that?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, that is sad. Well, you haven't had Connor's
Ruined.
mom's meatloaf.
Yeah, my mom's meatloaf will fix it for you.
It'll cure what ails you. Whatever. Yes. But yeah, that's our take on the 90s episode. I don't have a ranking for it. I'm not even going to give it an honorary score because it's just too complicated. My system is too complicated and these songs are too diverse.
That's fair.
Yes. We'll do the quick little sign off for the episode and then we'll do a little sign off for stream and stuff. But
yes, I believe we do have VODs on. It'll be
and
here. It'll be on YouTube.
And it will be episode 90 is coming out as episode 90, edited and all cleaned up.
But
so.
I recommend watching the VOD over listening to the episode because the episode will be trimmed down and
slightly
edited for audio podcast purposes.
Yes, yeah.
If you want the full experience, including the debut of the mixtaper on video, check out the VOD.
Yeah. That's going to do it for episode 90. Another successful Spin
I
It
also
Singles
realized the
episode
mixtaper
in the
changed
book.
my light color.
He did,
Bastard.
yeah. He did. Yes, Cedric. Yes, he's real and imminent.
Well, he's always been real. You've been listening to him for 89, now 90 episodes.
Oh, I know.
Of course he's real.
I just sometimes something about seeing him for the audience. Did it not break the key? No, that's why he wears the mask to prevent that.
Yeah. Oh man. Dang.
Slam dunk. Slammed
him.
And another successful live stream. If you want to...
Pink? You wanted pink? Oh, hang on, Jenny. I can make it pink.
If you're interested in catching our next live stream, you can head on over to twitch.tv/spinitpod, drop a follow, and be ready for the next time we go live with another episode, another game, another surprise Lego building stream, whatever you want.
Yeah, that's all sorts of different shades of pink.
You can also find us on socials, on Twitter @SpinItPod, on Instagram @SpinItPodOfficial, and on our website, www.spinitpod.com, for all the fun things, all the extra stats and rankings, and everything you could ever need about Spin It is there. Pinky promise.
What up?
Pinky promise.
Oh, here. We can do
Get ready. Get ready. We're about to tell the episode to keep spinning.
Oh, yes.
We'll
Here,
see
I put
you
it
next
on,
week.
so now it should trigger by my voice.
Oh,
Go
great.
different colors, Jenny. That should make you happy.
We'll
All right,
see
tell
you
me.
next
Let's do
week.
it. We'll see what
when-
colors it turns for it. So
Oh my gosh.
hit it.
We'll see you next week when Connor gets to pick an episode and the Year of Vengeance continues in truly remarkable fashion. It's a Spin It history making episode that you won't want to miss. So drop by for episode 91. And until then, keep spinning.
Keep spinning.
Oh my gosh. I hate you. Why didn't I see that coming? Why didn't I see that coming? Yeah, Cedric, every 20-ish episodes Connor gets a pick. What have you picked so far?
Yeah.
You picked
What have I picked? So hang on. I'll take it right through. My very first pick ever was Plastic Hearts by Miley Cyrus.
That was the time. What an episode. That's a
That
historic episode.
It really is. My second pick was Even Now by Barry Manilow.
Oh, Cedric, you'll love that episode. Barry Manilow was a good one, too. We found out he's a menace.
Mm-hmm.
And he sunbathes naked next
Then I
to the
picked
president.
at the very last episode of Year One was Crazy Love by Michael Bublé.
The mixtaper got the next pick, I do believe.
Then the mixtaper, stole one of my picks and did Phantom of the Opera.
Yep.
I was out of town.
It does.
For
You're right,
Connor
Jenny.
Con.
It really does. Yeah. You're right, Con. So you
That episode breaks friendships. Yeah, Jenny, you're right.
It did.
Yeah, I was off at Con and the mixtaper took over and did Phantom of the Opera. And then I think we're then
Dr. Demento.
next week. Oh, Dr. that was technically a me pick. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
For Spinter Wonderland Year 2, Dr. Demento's greatest Christmas novelty CD of all time.
Yeah. And the episode that comes out after this one, 91, do you want to spill any beans? Give a teaser for the chat?
The one that comes after this one?
Yeah,
like,
Weird Al
the one
Dr.
that's about to
Demento.
come out. The one that comes out right after this episode.
Yes. Or not comes out right
Okay.
after this episode. Like 90,
comes out
91, the one I just finished.
the one we just finished. Yeah. We're diving back into novelty. What's half novelty, half serious.
It's more.
We're
It's not
doing
half and
a-
half. It's 2/3 and 1/3.
It's it's 2/3, 1/3. But we are diving into the world of Ray Stevens.
And if you like
doing
Ray
our
Stevens,
first ever career classics. And so rather than picking an album, I guess second ever career classics,
a
but we didn't
greatest
call it
hits
career
before.
classics on the first one.
that's true.
It's posthumously dubbed that. Because it's dead to me now.
Okay,
Um,
whatever. I
So similar to what we did with Hank Williams, where we just went and picked some of his most popular songs. That's what I did with Ray Stevens. Was I picked a bunch of his favorite songs, but most popular and some of my personal favorite songs, and made James listen to them all.
it's an hour and 40-minute playlist, and I just finished the extended cut of the episode. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes long. It's long.
Yep. So
But
you
the
can
normal
find the
episode will be
extended
the normal
B-side
length.
cut. You can find the extended B-side cut of the episode on our website, www.spinitpod.com.
We'll be able to.
We'll have a
when it's
shortened, regular length episode for Spotify and all the other places.
I'm stoked too. It's a fun one. It's a historic one. That's all I'll say.
It's great.
A lot of twists and turns. We need some outro banter.
I think this was pretty good outro banter.
No,
I don't know.
For
This
the
is a
end of-
long outro banter.
For
You're
the
right.
end of the episode,
um,
we gotta come up with something silly to say.
Yeah. You're not familiar with Ray?
Oh,
I grew up with Ray's box set.
Yeah, he sings songs like "The Streak." You're so tired. That's okay. We're tired too. We're let's see. What do we got for outros?
And are you releasing a Spotify playlist of all the ones we're covering in
Yeah.
order? James?
Yeah, I've already
Yeah,
made
so
it.
there'll be a Spotify playlist for all the ones we're covering, so you can find them easily.
Honestly,
And like I said, it's like James kind of said, it's 2/3 novelty, silly songs, and 1/3 his more serious work.
If you
and
want
I think
a
you'll be
sneak peek,
surprised
that's
by
the,
his serious work.
that's the Ray Stevens
Most novelty
Listen at your own
singers don't do
discretion.
much serious stuff.
Listen at your own discretion. The more exciting list is this one, which is our favorite songs playlist, which
Yep.
apparently is not searchable on Spotify, but is there directly.
Yep.
Let's talk banter. Let's do it again.
Banter. We want to go back to Meatloaf.
I kind of want to talk about the largest loaf of bread again.
Okay, hang on. Let me pull that link back up.
Let's see if we can make the world's longest grilled cheese.
Ooh.
Yeah, with the world's...
We have to make 2 of the world's longest breads and then slap a bunch of cheese.
No, because it's the world's longest loaf of bread, so we could just cut it in the middle.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
We could just use it. Well, it already got given away. We'd have to make a second one.
we'll get those guys to make another one. How many cheeses? I think. Yeah, that's a good point.
How many?
Hang on, let me pull that link back up.
How many cheeses will we need? I think that depends on how much milk.
So for those of you who were for those of you who weren't here earlier, the longest loaf of bread was 1,211.6 meters, or 3,975 feet and 0.69 inches. So I think it's
like 3/4 of a mile. It's a long
I think like every
bread.
100 feet, every 200. I don't know. Pick a designation of feet, and we'll switch cheese types every single.
Oh, I like that
interval of that.
That's be the world's coolest grilled cheese sandwich. I say we do it. Let's.
I say we do it too.
Spin it grilled cheese cook-off. Coming soon.
Their bread used 4 kilograms of wheat flour, 2.5 liters of water, 200 gallons of leaven. Leaven? I don't know. Whatever that is.
Leaven's the name of Olivia
salt.
Rodrigo's bird.
100 grams of salt and 2 kilograms of smoked pork sausage.
Connor, you could probably hit stop on your recording like I'm about to now.
Oh, yeah. Here, let me do that. Yeah.
Bada boom. Just, there we go. Save it. Please save it. We lost your one recording. Anyway, yeah, long bread, long meatloaf. That's a whole thing. Should we get out of the 90s or should we keep the 90s vibes?
I don't know. It's still the 90s episode.
It still is. Yeah, I say we keep it. I like it.
Gotta get the most out of
the mileage.
Graphic we spent the time we making, and by we I mean you.
Phew. What a time.
It is saved.
Great.
And I'll render it later when I probably can render it now. I've got a powerful PC.
And you're just doing like one video, so you're fine. Well, we hope you've loved this 90s episode. I know we have. It's always fun to do the live ones. I don't know about you, but I really like them.
I did. I like it too. I want to do more.
I want to
not
do
necessarily
more
episodes, just some supplementary content, some subcon.
Welcome in, Buddy Brigade. Harm-free.
Hey.
Hey, thank you for the follow.
The mixtaper.
That is so funny. The follow alert kills me. Hey, it's me, the mixtaper. Awesome. So good.
But yeah, I just want to do some supplementary
on the
Twitch channel.
I agree with you. We've got some fun ideas for things to do every time we do a stream, and it happens even with these carefully planned out streams we've had on our radar for months. The day of the stream, I have 10 more great ideas I want to implement. Like all these cassette tapes that I made with all of the
what caused us to start the stream late was you making those?
I made them today. Yeah, and they're cool. They're cool. It was worth it. It was worth it. But I'm just saying.
Apparently, the bread dough was placed on a 250 millimeter width stainless steel baking pan.
Who remembers the S things? Oh, yeah. We gotta love the S. I don't know what they are, but I remember those.
That should be your bank. Yeah. Yeah. I think they're talking about the weird block money S thing.
Yes, that's the one. The weird. It's like an infinity, but an S. It's like a diamond, but not. Yeah, that's the one. That's the S.
I know the mixtape, or whether or not it's subcon that's just like a YouTube video, or it's something that he does a baking stream, but he wants to try to make pumpernickel bread.
Yeah, we've
got
a lot of ideas, and we'll see how much we have the skill and patience to execute. But we have a lot of fun stuff in the pike. We've got games planned, like song identifying games. We've got special streams that aren't going to be episodes planned, just like talking about music. I don't know, a lot of it.
I think your voice is triggering my lights.
Ha! I don't think so. Hello? Lights? 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 It's not working for me. I'm not seeing it. Oh,
well, they're pulsing.
Weird. I don't think it's me.
I don't know. I'm sitting here deathly quiet.
Maybe your computer
Something triggers them. Maybe it's my computer.
Fans.
I don't know.
I don't know. But hey, wow. What do you say we get out of here and go watch Titanic and Shrek 2 and
Well, we already watched Shrek 2. We gotta move on to number 3.
3? Oh, that's... Yeah. What's the other movie we talked about I haven't seen? A couple. There were a couple. We got movies to watch. Chat, we hope you've had a great night. Stay tuned for the next Spin It Pod live stream. Follow us everywhere you get your podcasts. You know, we're also on socials. Rate 5 stars, subscribe, follow, like, do all the fun things. If you love music like we do, or I do, and Connor pretends to, we're the podcast for you. The record ranking podcast for people who would rather be listening to music. Oh, are you going to finish another milk?
No, I just did.
Wow. Wow, we didn't even get that in the episode. There's a secret second milk finish.
That's just for you.
Look at that. Amazing.
I suffer for you, live audience.
The secret's on stream.
That's 2 quarts of milk and 2 drinks of the other gross one that I'm not finishing.
I wish you could see the Spin It Legos better back there. They're a little small.
Oh, here, hang on.
Oh, did you fix yours?
I got mine literally right here. I fixed them up. Chat hasn't seen it. There they are, all fixed and perfect. And
they look pretty close.
I don't have the fun stickers that you have.
That's true. Need some milk.
Need you to get some made. You need some milk.
Get your own made. I made my own.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I want the same ones you have. So I want you made them. So now make me a set.
You have the graphics. I don't have any way to make a sticker.
Well, your mom made the sticker for you, right? So get
she
your
has
mom
the sticker making tools.
Yeah, get your mom to make me stickers with the graphics you made.
Get your mom to make me meatloaf.
Deal. I'll trade you meatloaf for stickers. We can have our moms meet up and have a sticker meatloaf making session.
Meet up and meatloaf. It's a mom's meatloaf meetup. That's what it'll be.
I would do anything for
sticker
stickers,
making tools,
but I won't do that.
But I won't do that. No. So you can get little sticker making tools. There's like a Xerox, some little machine that you can get for like $20 online, and it's just a little thing you drop whatever you want to turn into a sticker into this adhesive, and you pull it through, and then boom, it becomes a sticker. It's magical. That's how I made the stickers on my things, my Spin It figures. Mixtaper signing off.
Well, I guess we're done.
I think it's time for us to chat. We'll see you next time. Have a great week. Keep listening to Spin It. Keep spinning records of all kinds. Hope you
keep spinning.
Love your 90s singles and keep spinning. When I hit BRB, not the BRB. Sorry, the ending. There, that's the goodbye screen. See you soon. Goodbye. Say goodbye, Connor.
Bye.